gonna do something last night, but we're just gonna go straight live.
Yeah.
Or I could try to do now. We'll just go ahead and go live. Hello, everybody.
Yeah. If anybody's
Uh,
watching.
yeah, I don't know if anybody's even watching right now,
Yeah.
but hello, good evening. Yeah, it's
The,
it's been a while, so oh, well, we got two waiting. I guess that could be you and me. I'll give us a thumbs up. Oh boy. All right. So it's been a while there, Juan. We're
yeah.
just at the back talking comics there right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you want to continue from where we're just at there, that'd be kind of
Yeah.
cool. What did you say you got there in the mail?
I actually bought this on Free Comic Book Day. Uh amazing. It's Spider-Man Life Story by
Uh-huh.
Chip Zdarsky and art by Mark Bagley. And it's actually an interesting story because it shows Spider-Man growing up in real time, or aging in real time, kind of like Judge Dredd, because like
Ooh,
it it has like like several different decades. Like there's the
mm-hmm.
60s, there's the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 200s, the 2010s, and or the six decades. And he ages in real time. Like in the 60s, he's a teenager. The 70s, he's in his 20s. The 80s, he's in his 30s. 90s, he's in his 40s, and it just keeps going like that from there.
Very cool.
Yeah, and it actually is a really good comic, and I it and since Chip Zdarsky is leaving like Daredevil in August, which
Oh,
he's been.
sorry, you just said Daredevil and reminded me of something.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
since Chip Zdarsky is leaving Daredevil in August, I think I want to see him on Amazing Spider-Man because he's done great work in these like alternate versions of Spider-Man. Like he's done
Hmm.
like Spider-Man Life Story. There's another one called Shadow of the Symbiote where Spider-Man never got rid of the symbiote suit. He's done great. He's done great work with Spider-Man, and I would want to see him. I would want to see him do Amazing Spider-Man because, like Zeb Wells, I was excited that he was going to take over Amazing Spider-Man, but now I I hate the fact that he took over Amazing Spider-Man.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe they're bound to get somebody in there who's got some kind
Uh,
of skills or some love for it, maybe somewhere down the line.
yeah,
But when you
and
said Daredevil, it brought me this.
oh
I
yeah,
got this in the mail yesterday, I think it was. But this is the omnibus.
yeah,
It's all in Japanese, but I can read Japanese, so it's fine.
yeah,
Like, but I get these things mainly for the artwork. But yeah, just awesome Frank Miller artwork in there.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the Frank Miller omnibus.
Yes, yes. So apparently this is what it's got like the original number two, number three, number four, like all the covers in here, and you just can't get anything like that here in Japan. Like the only place I could find anything like this is like maybe Yahoo auctions or private collectors or sometimes on Amazon.jp. So I got a bunch of these on. Oh, dude, it's so addictive going on the auctions, man.
Yeah, and tell me about it. I go on Vampirella. I go
Old
on
school, dude. I love the illustration style inside of here.
yeah,
Like this black and white. It's beautiful, man. Like
old,
every single one of these is just a work of art.
yeah. I love these. I love
Yeah.
the old school. Some of the old school comic books.
I got a
So,
Judge Dredd coming in soon.
really,
I'm trying to stay away from them. I told myself, okay, I'm not getting anything else.
good
So
luck. Good
yeah,
luck.
it's insanely
It's like
insanely addictive.
yeah. I mean, I'm trying to re get my. I'm getting gonna get a bookshelf right there next month, and I'm
Yep.
gonna fill it up with graphic novels,
Ooh.
mainly Spider-Man and Marvel and some other stuff. Uh,
I've got a oh, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, and some other stuff. Like I want to get the Chuck Chuck Dixon and Graham Nolan Fall of the Dark Knight Falls trilogy,
Yeah.
and it's just gonna be. I just want to get it. I just want to get it so I can look more like a more like a comic book streamer or
Dude, man,
something because I have my Warhammer stuff right
yeah.
here,
I'm gonna
and
the problem with me is I get a lot of the comics because of the artwork, not because of the story. I just
mhm.
like to look at cool artwork, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So if people ask me like, "What's the story about?" I'm like, "I don't know, just look at the art, dude." It's
yeah,
so cool.
I yeah
So, yeah.
yeah. I actually like the art and the story because comics is a visual medium,
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of
and the way
visual oh, sorry, go ahead. Well,
then
yeah, go ahead.
and the way it tells a story, it just brings it all together.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've got this, there's a Simon Beasley. It's in Japanese, but it's Batman Judge Dredd. Oh, it
Oh,
looks so nice.
nice. Batman
So
versus
I'm the
Judge Dredd.
highest bidder on it right now.
Wow.
But again, like, this is insanely like, it's for basically, like, 10 bucks, and this is if I could get it for that price, I'd be a very lucky guy
Yeah.
for over here because it just doesn't exist, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
the only thing you got is manga, but
yeah.
I heard you said that like American comics is popular over there.
I think it's getting more popular. My friend who's at Osaka Comic Con, he had, a booth, and he was like, "I'm out of stock." He's like, I've sold out of stock there." And so he's like, "There's no even reason for me to stay the 3rd day." He went home early because he just didn't have anything to sell. I was like, "Wow, okay, that's a good problem to have."
Yeah,
And
I mean,
yeah,
and over here it's manga that's so popular. I guess
mm.
it's because it's so exotic over
Well,
there.
to be
It's
honest,
so
like, manga and all that stuff, like anime things, it started, like, a long time ago. It started when
yeah,
you were basically, like, when you were well, when I was a kid, you know, kinda there, but I saw within the generation, especially whenever I was in college,
yeah,
then you like, the younger generation, they were talking about Dragon Ball and Pokemon, you know?
yeah,
They
yeah.
weren't talking about G.I. Joe and stuff like that. They were talking about, like, Power Rangers and
Yeah,
freaking Dragon Ball
eh,
and Pokemon and things like that. It's like, dude, when these kids get older, like, they're not gonna know anything about comic books and stuff. And sure
yeah,
enough, that's what's happened.
yeah. It's just it just I mean, they go there are like one of the things that Marvel should or DC should do. I mean, they have like I know they have like their actors are like big influencers online, and
Mhm.
they should and they should actually have them hold up a comic book and say, "Hey, this is a good read. Pick it up."
That's all they have to do, man. But I think
Yeah,
I think with their like, they don't even do that with, like, the modern ones that they're making where they're basing a lot of the stories off of them, do they?
no, they don't. I
They don't do
mean,
anything as far as it, goes with,
yeah, I mean, the only thing
it's
that
just
ha yeah, the only thing like I know that made headlines is when John Kent came out, and I was talking about that to my guy at the comic book shop, and I'm like, what? I wish that they put that much effort in with the Three Jokers, because Batman the Three Jokers was a good book,
right.
and it had like a story which incorporated like the Killing Joke, Death in the Family, and Batman,
Mhm.
and early '60s Batman. And I wish comic book sites covered it as much as they did or even entertainment sites covered it as much as they did with the whole when a character's coming out or something, and then and it actually has and with and he's like, yeah, tell me about it. My uh, the Three Jokers was my top selling book that year. I'd sold out. I only sold like 10 of the Superman one. I'm
Mhm.
like, really? He's like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? Why put so much effort on a character coming out when it just doesn't seem when it just doesn't
Yeah. It it,
seem
uh, it doesn't have that impact
yeah,
on the comic world like they are trying they're the problem is that they're trying to force something to happen, and it's just
yeah,
you can't force feed people. You can't make them like something by shoving it down their throat. It's like trying to make a kid eat broccoli, like, "Oh, you just eat this, you're gonna like it." Like, no, they're not. They're gonna spit it out. They're gonna reject it.
yeah.
But,
Like, I mean, you probably know that with your daughter.
to be yeah, like, you can't there are certain foods that she just will not eat because you can't force them to because their palate isn't ready for it, or it's disgusting to them. So, yeah, like,
Yeah,
oh, here's a handicapped, autistic, like, blind, uh, superhero. We want everybody to see themselves in them, no matter who they are. So we put everything in there that we can. It's like people
yeah,
aren't reading them to see themselves, not at all.
yeah.
And if you're doing
They
that,
want.
if that's the reason you're doing it, then your your intentions
Yeah,
are way off.
yeah. But
You've got
like, right,
problems.
yeah. Right now, there's a upcoming event in August with the X-Men, and I think it's going to be the end of the Krakoa era.
Yeah,
Like,
again, yeah,
it's called
fall.
Fall of X. Yeah, Fall of
Mm,
X, and they did this before
yep.
when they actually did a new when they did this before twice, once with a couple times with Spider-Man and the X-Men.
Hmm.
When one was with Age of Apocalypse,
Ah, yes,
and that's where
which I
they
really
had,
like.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, the old one.
one, yeah, one which with and Age of Apocalypse was basically like setting up the new status quo for the X-Men,
Hmm.
and then they had the Clone Saga with Spider-Man, where they were going to set up a new status quo with Spider-Man, but one was more popular than the other one. Yeah, Clone Saga wasn't that popular because it was like oh, the Spider-Man you know and love was a clone. The actual clone,
No, I know. I don't need that. Like the
yeah,
actual Captain America that you loved was actually a Nazi. Nah.
yeah,
What are you thinking? But
yeah,
this brings me back to something that I've talked about a lot. I know people aren't going to agree with me about it, but I haven't been the only one who's brought up this point. It's got to be extremely difficult to keep having it like not compelling like intriguing uh stories with a an IP or with characters that have been around for 60, 70 years. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
I mean, at some point, do you have to say, well, maybe it is time for them to just, I don't know. I mean, Slam Dunk is finished,
yeah,
you know? Like there's a lot of manga that are finished. They're not there's nothing coming after that. They're done. The stories are done. But they're still popular because the stories were really good. But
yeah,
I think like in American like entertainment and culture, it's really it's the trend to keep something going on until it's just completely not popular anymore or until it just dies out a very weak and insignificant death that kind of hurts the grandness that it had at the beginning. That's just my opinion, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Um, but
I I
yeah, I
mean,
don't know.
I remember when I don't know if it was all in my head, but Disney tried to push Captain Marvel to be the new face of Marvel
Hmm.
because she was, I don't know if it was in my head or not, but Disney tried to push Captain Marvel to be the new
Right,
face of Marvel because they owned her IP and Sony owns Spider-Man.
right, right.
But it even with all these comics and all this news that she was getting with Kelly Sue DeConnick, it just didn't pan out because Spider-Man had bit is more popular was more popular, and
Well, of
I
course. Yeah.
yeah, I actually
That's
agree.
why a Spider-Man
Well,
movie could come out and make $1 billion still because it's
yeah,
popular. Like everybody loves Spider-Man. What's not to
yeah.
like?
I mean, he's
It,
globally recognized.
well, the thing
It,
is, Spider-Man's gone beyond the comic books now.
yeah,
I mean, he's become the majority of the people out there who watch Spider-Man movies. I guarantee you, the majority of them never even picked up a Spider-Man book, comic book.
yeah.
I guarantee it.
Yeah, and there's going to be a new Spider-Man cartoon, which looks a god awful ugly.
But nobody's gonna watch it. They
Some
might go
might,
see what's going on in the movies, but
S-
like I don't know.
some might, but there's going to be a new Spider-Man movie, and
I
it's
wonder what
it
they're gonna. Yeah, the Spider-Verse one. I wonder how that's gonna do.
yeah it's probably gonna make good money. I mean, it's going to be the longest running animated movie. It already broke that record. It's going to be 2 hours and 6 minutes.
Does it need to be that long though? You know,
Mm,
I'm a guy. I like long movies. To be honest, I like long movies. But it seems the trend nowadays is just make a long movie, but don't worry about editing it.
yeah,
Just just try to get as much in there as possible. And not that I'm trying to be negative about everything, but like I see, it's almost like kind of a warning sign. It's like, oh, do these guys forget to take it to the editing room? Or if it's an epic movie, then it deserves that. But I don't know, for, like, some of the animated stuff that I've seen, because my daughter watches, like, animated movies and things, they're long, but
yeah,
there's just no the story just suffers so much because the story's so thin that there's just
yeah,
a lot of flashy things happening, but nothing really happening, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And it's just like, "Oh, well, I don't know if we need all that. Maybe you could concise it into something that's kinda short and sweet and impactful." Like, this first Spider-Verse movie, I loved it. I thought it was great,
yeah. Oh yeah,
and I've watched it multiple
like
times.
yeah.
Great
I mean,
soundtrack too.
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, like I like the fact that they made the Prowler the Uncle Ben like stand-in for Miles.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That was cool. I
Yeah,
like that. I hadn't read any of the Spider-Verse stuff. I hadn't read any of that, didn't know about Miles Morales, so it was
I
completely new to me.
I actually knew about Miles Morales
Yeah,
because he took over Spider-Man, the Ultimate Spider-Man and the Ultimate universe,
uh-huh,
and like Peter was killed, and he became the new Spider-Man because he had like a similar accident to Peter, and he had like a similar accident to Peter, and he became the new, and he and Aunt May found out about him, and she basically became his mentor.
right.
His mom, and what the one thing in the comic books, it was his mom that died,
Oh,
and
okay, okay.
his dad was a cop, and he was blaming himself,
But
and
in the movie, his mom was alive, right?
yeah, but is someone's gonna die? Someone's basically gonna die because it says save one person or save the whole world.
Huh,
Yeah,
yeah.
someone or someone important to him is gonna die, and it's gonna and that's what Spider-Man is about. He makes sacrifices and does things that basically gives him hardship, but he knows it's the right thing to do.
Yeah. I
And
yeah.
I've
Hmm.
always liked that. I mean, even Sully's gonna hate me for this, but even in Dan Slott's run, he even showed that he actually he can act. Dan Slott was Dan Slott's run, who took over in the 2000s all the way to 2016.
Hmm.
He actually showed that Spider-Man could still that he that Spider-Man is still a hero,
Right.
and even with all the sacrifices and everything that he made, he'll still do what is right.
Right.
But this current run with Zeb Wells, it's like he's doing this deconstruction of a hero, but it just doesn't feel like deconstruction. It feels like total dom decon total total destruction,
Mm.
because Spider-Man he always had like a support structure. He had his friends, he had his family, he had the people that he loved. But
Right.
now he doesn't have anybody. He doesn't have the Fantastic Four and the Avengers treat him like a pariah. He sacrificed everything to get Mary Jane back from this alternate world,
Hmm.
but she's with another guy, and Aunt May basically doesn't want to talk to him, and he's basically alone. Like, the one thing I could say about that is that he's still doing the right thing.
Mm. Gotcha there.
Yeah, but
Well,
it just really sucks. I mean, it just really sucks seeing Spider-Man like this right now. All right, so what were you saying?
no, I'm just reacting to a message I just read. um, what was I I just reacted to something I read here. One thing that it's always kind of like confused me and kind of disappointed me, but maybe it's kind of a mixed blessing, was whenever you say Marvel, I think X-Men, Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer, Avengers, but I think of them all within the same universe, right? So
Yeah,
whenever you got like Sony with Spider-Man and you got Marvel with DC, or like which we call it, you got like Avengers over there. It kind of irks me, you know? It's like
yeah,
it's not right, to be honest. It
hmm
doesn't feel it just does I don't know. It's just kind of always bugged me. I don't know. I don't know what do you feel about that?
yeah. I mean, Marvel. It happened basically back in the '90s.
Yeah,
Marvel was going
right.
bankrupt, so they decided to sell the rights to make movies of their characters to different companies. Like, Universal got the Hulk, Fox got Spider, got Fox got X Men, and the X Men and Fantastic Four. Sony, which was Columbia Pictures back then, got
Right.
Spider Man, and oh, Jay the Deep Minded.
Hey, what's up, Jay?
Yeah, I'm working on my Beastmen today, and let's see, uh, also also the like the like I don't know if it was another company, but they ended up getting like the rights to the Avengers, and then Disney ended up getting those rights, and they and basically Disney's just started snatching up superhero properties to Marvel, but they like and one of the things is like you want to tell it one of the things is that it got so confusing, like like who can show up in a movie and who can't, what can be said in a movie, what can't. And it also it just got so confusing to some people.
Mhm.
And it ended up getting really messed up. Disney just bought back Spider the rights to Spider-Man, and now all the Spider-Man movies are being shown on Disney Plus. But I don't think that's going to help that sinking ship.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, right now Disney is in a like a limbo. Let's see. God damn it! I'm trying to figure out what piece goes where, and it's like a puzzle here. It's like a puzzle here. It's at C23. I tried C23, but it doesn't fit. And so yeah, the when like right now the just right this week I heard they're going to close down the Galactic Star Cruiser. They didn't even
Yeah.
tell they didn't even tell the staff.
Yeah, we were talking about that. I was on Thursday Night Throwdown comics show the other day, and we were talking about that, like how it's just everybody's. It's a big win, for um uh um for the fandom to see things like that just kind of burn down, because it just goes to show that they think that they can just buy up something and make it popular just by name, but it requires more than that. It requires uh, certain kind of passion. But
Yeah,
I wonder how much. Well, they had the ability to make those things feel more Star Wars, but it was KK's choice to make it feel more. Like she just made a purposeful choice in not incorporating the OG Star Wars stuff in there and
yeah,
trying to promote this new stuff. Was just like, okay, nobody, you're gonna. I don't know. They've missed the target with their audience. They don't know who their audience is.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
especially with now that Disney is going to. Let's gotta get to my glue. Now that Disney is gonna start pulling some stuff from Disney Plus, so that they can so basically they can use it as a tax write off. Yeah, I mean
Um,
they're taking it they're gonna be taking Willow, and I mean Willow and like Why the Last Man and other shows. They're gonna pull like 30, I think like 33 shows from Hulu and Disney Plus to basically use it as a tax write off.
mhm.
And I think that really sucks for the people who were working on it, because actually they actually worked on a they I mean look if they want to get a new job, they will turn in a resume, but then they won't be able to get
Hey,
that
what's up,
type.
Pops? Sorry, don't mean to. Pops just
Hey,
said good morning there.
morning, pops.
We've got a
They will.
show coming up next week, Pops. And is it next week? I believe it was the 29th, right? So that'll be a week and 2 days.
I envy Jay the Deep Minded's life. She gets to go on trips and
I
everything.
know. Just seeing her, just seeing, like, again, she's got all those food pics that pop up. Oh my gosh. Every single time I open up Twitter, I see those on my timeline, and yeah,
Yeah, and
it's impressive. Makes me want to
sh
break out the barbecue.
yeah, and she was able to give her guest on Easter like Warhammer novels, and I'm like, what a generous get what a generous gift you what
Oh, it's the
what
25th.
a
Sorry.
generous host you are.
That's in
I'm
4
like,
days. Okay, the 25th. Thanks. Thanks there, Pops. I'm horrible with my something else is going on the 29th, though. What's
mm,
going on the 29th? I can't remember.
I know it's
Oh,
too. All I know
I
is
I yeah.
all I know is on the 31st is Amazing Spider-Man 26, and after that, I am taking a break. I'm
Man, just get some old school stuff. Break out the
yeah,
old
that's
school ones.
that's what I'm
Enjoy
doing.
the artwork,
I'm
you
getting
know?
I'm getting like I'm gonna buy like I got like a list of what I'm gonna get on Amazon,
Mhm.
and I even got some on hold in yeah,
Got that from Comic Con
nice.
27. It's just I you know what? I don't care if they're worth anything. I just get them because they look cool. Like this is another one I got,
Yeah. Oh wow.
88 with look at that. Look at that cover right there. That's just
Yeah.
beautiful. And the inside artwork is great as well. I just love that style, the old
Yeah.
school style. Oh man, this is the this I've got to oh no. Uh-oh. Whoops. Oh, I'm such a dick. Ah, hold on a second.
Who-
Okay, I've got to put in an I've got 2 things on auction right now, and I can't miss these. Alright, okay, I got 4 minutes left and nobody's raised the price, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna do it.
Better safe than sorry, right?
Well, let me make sure uh, I'm not the highest bidder. I don't wanna bid against myself. If you get what I mean there.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not the so I'll go ahead and bite the bullet on this. I'm gonna do it. Alright, I'll do that one, and then this one. Oh, no, where's the other one at? I know that I'm competing against the people I probably know. And they're probably, like, going, "Who the hell is this guy buying up all these comics?" There you go. Okay, I'm done. If I get him, I get him. If I don't, I don't. I'm not gonna
Hmm,
worry about him. Not gonna look at him again.
yeah.
Just managed to pick up a trade hardback of He-Man comics for the '80s. So much fun. Oh, that sounds cool, Jay. Yeah,
Hey,
it's just really cool to see a lot of this stuff back in the day. Oh, whoops. Oh, hey, oh, there.
Sully, where are you?
Hey, what's up, Sully?
Hello.
Hi
Good
there, man. It's
morning.
been a while.
Konnichiwa da.
Konnichiwa.
Top of the
How are you?
morning to you, Juan.
Up on a
Hey,
honey?
How are
buenos
you doing
dias.
over there?
I
Buenos
almost said
dias.
argue, matey.
Dude, that's a Red Sox hat?
Nah, it's
Or
a
is that a
Giants
Padres?
hat.
Is it
It's
a
a
giant? Okay, there
Giants
it is.
hat.
Oh, there we are. Okay.
It's a Giants hat.
Okay.
Buenos dias a usted también.
Ay, bien, bien, bien. Diochos los ojos, amigo.
¿Dónde
Brindemos.
dónde está la corte de
Yeah,
banda?
yeah. We were just talking about comics right now.
Really?
Sully,
My
Yeah,
ears were burning.
I've been addicted. I've got the itch ever since Comic Con.
Yes. Of
I've my wife's
back
gonna
issues.
kill me if oh my god, I've just been buying everything I could get my hands on. Like, look, here we go.
Here we go.
So got this Web of
Ooh.
Spider-Man 88.
Nice.
It's just beautiful looking.
Open
This
her
one I got
open
at
her
the
up.
comic. Oh yeah, yeah,
Pull her out. Let's
yeah,
let's look at the Indicia colophone, please.
yes. I don't care about the condition of my comic books either.
They're for reading.
They're for reading and open it up and getting your hands dirty with. Yeah, no, here we go.
Yeah, let's look
Uh,
at the Indicia real quick. I want the fine print.
there's a Trump-looking guy. It's actually the
That's
Kingpin.
funny.
He almost looks like Trump. It's funny.
And
Uh,
so, when was this written?
this was written in, I want to say this is 88. Let me
Okay,
check. It might be, no, it's 92. 92, sorry.
92. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Web of
Let's just,
Spider-Man replaced Marvel Team Up in like I think 84. Robbie Robertson. He was like one of my favorite characters. He had like such good like he had like problems with
uh-huh.
his teenage son who is
Yep.
like and all this stuff and just good melodrama. There's always been
yeah,
good melodrama beats, especially in the Spider-Man books. I mean,
I love these like these ads too inside of it,
yes.
like for the Ninja Turtles and things like that. It's great. So that was one that I picked up. Oh my god, I've been on a run, and I it's addicting. It's stupid. It's
It's
ridiculous.
not. It's fun. It's what it's all about.
Here's
They're
here's
called
another one. Just got
were they
this today.
dollar bins?
No, 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 no. These are. I'm in Japan, man. You
Yeah.
have to pay your money for these. Like these were like about $7 or $8 a piece.
Okay.
because they're just not over here.
I actually picked this up on free comic book day.
Uh-huh.
Spider-Man Life Story.
Now, which one was that?
It was Chip
Ooh,
Starsky
that's
and
right.
It's Chip Starsky and Mark Bagley.
Okie dokie.
It's the one where Spider-Man ages in real time.
Uh-huh.
So it's like he so like in the 60s he's a
What's up,
teenager.
Low-Spec?
In the 70s he's in his 20s, and I actually
Uh-huh.
got it because the art is just so great.
That's Frank Miller there. That's John
Omnibus,
Miller.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I actually
But it's all.
got this.
Sorry, I'm interrupting.
John Romita Jr.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I actually got this because the art is just so great. I don't know if you can see it, and it's one of
the Kree Skrull War.
No, this is a Secret War.
Okay.
Secret War, and
that much.
Yeah, and it actually has like the story. It has like some of the best Spider-Man stories. Like what would happen if Spider-Man aged. Like they have like Kraven's Last Hunt, the Goblin's Last Stand, the Clone Saga, the Clone Saga, and even they have like the Civil War. And it actually ends with Miles Morales taking over as Spider-Man after Peter dies. Because Peter, it also had the last one was Superior Spider-Man, where instead of like Doc Ock taking over.
Whoops. Be right back. Oh, sorry.
All right.
Let's see. Low Spec, welcome here. How's it doing there tonight? Well, so we got Low Spec here, Pops and Jay. Lovely to see you again. I apologize again about the long break. It's very unprofessional of me, but one Sunday Osaka Comic Con, just couldn't make it, and then the next week I was sick. I was like, I think I might have had I don't think it was con crud, but it was a bit of con crud mixed in with overworking myself, no sleep during the. And it's just like
fatigue and wearing yourself down.
And I'm still recovering from it, to be honest.
And this is what you get for kissing hookers in the mouth too. Okay, I told you, don't do that. They're nasty.
Look at what I've been picking up here as well.
Wow,
some old school ones, dude. I love this stuff, man.
Yeah, Heavy Metal is a great magazine because it was very Euro.
I can't show very much of it on live stream. So here's something that's cool. One of the cosplayers from Osaka Comic Con, she's from Germany, and she's a friend. I met her at Tokyo Comic Con last year, and she was kind of like on the fence of what she was going to do with her cosplaying.
Her idea this year?
Well, no, not her ideas. Like what if she was going to pursue it almost like professionally, because she makes all of her own stuff. She makes all of her own everything. It's all handmade. It's all done really, really, really well. She has professional photographers help her out and everything. And we had a conversation last year, and she was just like, I don't know if I'm like, we have our self-doubt and things, but I'm like, you're talented, just keep on pushing it. I'm sure people are going to find you because you have that love and passion for it. People are going to recognize that. So she was invited to Osaka Comic Con because they were doing a limited edition 500 print Red Sonja comic book for the Comic Con. And they wanted her. They said, we want you to be the model for the cover. So you do your Red Sonja outfit. We'll put you on the cover, and then you can come to Osaka Comic Con. We'll, promote you and everything. And so I bought one while I was there. Look at that!
Yay!
Oh wow!
Here she is.
Yeah.
Is that Witcher?
No. That is Red Sonja.
No.
Witcher
Fox.
The
character?
Oh, no, Witcher Fox, our friend.
This one's from Germany. This is a different girl.
Witcher Fox has more tattoos.
Yeah, a lot more. This girl doesn't have any that I know of. But she was, her name's Micah Huster. She's from Germany. And they just had her at another Comic Con. Now she was asked to be a juror for the first time, which for her was like a really good, step up. And
Hmm.
It's like
yeah, so
being
happy
on
for her.
the Voice or something, or America's Got Talent. You're like, like, oh, this guy's got talent. Ooh,
Hmm.
Blueberry.
Dude, I got this for next to
Oh,
nothing.
the
And
band destinays you must be a lot more reasonable for prices, no?
no, these ones are expensive as hell. Like if I
Okay.
wanted to get Blueberry, Lieutenant Blueberry, the one I can't find it for anything under like 7,000 yen, which is like
$70.
$70.
Yeah.
I got this one for like $12.
That's great.
Yeah, and it was like, look at this, dude. It's insane. It's how good it is.
Je parle français. I can read it too.
No, 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 not
It's
at all.
oh really?
I don't care though. I can't speak French. But if you saw my Twitter tweet, I was like, I don't speak French and I don't give a shit. I'm just getting it because it looks really
Exactly.
cool.
You can get a
Yeah.
dictionary and you'll figure it out. It's not
Oh, you can
it's
just take your phone and go over it nowadays, and they'll,
oh that
you know what I
too.
mean? They got those readers, but just the artwork is insanely good.
Bandito,
This
don't be too loud with those clippers. It's
Uh,
4 in the
he's
morning
I,
there.
already got one
it,
warning. You missed it.
You
it,
did
it,
Yeah,
already?
yeah, it was my
he's already
pops.
warning number one.
It was my pops. He just came back from the office, or
Uh huh.
he works late at the he actually go we since we own a since
So
we have a
cool.
since we have like a family business. He goes to the office at night and he'll stay there until like 4 or 5 in the morning, and then he'll come back. But he mainly goes there to watch TV and sleep in his chair
Mm-hmm.
so he
Sounds
doesn't
nice.
get wake up my stepmom.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
he just came when he was coming in. He heard me talking to James, and he's like, "Hey, keep it." He's like, "Hey, keep it down." And he said that in Spanish.
Oh,
Mm.
what did he say? Like silencio or la boca?
He said, "Cállate, cabrón."
Cállate. Cállate, cabrón. Ay, cállate.
Yeah, bájale, cabrón. He said,
Get the shit out, man.
which means turn it down,
Yeah.
Sip it down now. Sip it down.
turn it down,
Pipe
asshole.
down, yeah. That's cute, man.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You should get some donuts for them when they wake up.
This guy's got, I hate this I'm doing auctions right now while we're speaking. This guy's got, I hate when they can turn on automatic, like they can automatically top your bid.
Mm-hmm.
I hate when it does that. It's a pet peeve of mine. So I'm bouncing on some more
Yeah.
Vampirellas because I love this Vampirella. I
Uh-huh.
love the style. The art style in here is just insanely good. Like this is my cup of tea. This
Yeah.
is this is right
Warren,
down my alley.
Warren and creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, get some old issues of creepy. That would
Oh,
like suit
they've
you.
got a bunch on here as well too.
Yeah, some Warren
One of
comics, man. Love those.
Yeah. One of the things I'm doing is I'm gonna get a I rearranged my wall over here so I could get a bookshelf and put my graphic novels on there.
I noticed the orc heads were missing. The severed orc heads of the Vanquished.
Actually, my Warhammer stuff is right here. Funny story. I was telling this to Jinja before we started. I had my bank account was hacked last weekend.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and it actually when I was actually excited because Gallows Fall, the latest addition to Kill Team, was coming out that weekend, and I had pre-ordered a box.
Okay.
And I was gonna go pick it up, and and I actually looked at my account to see if I had enough money, and I was like, and when I looked at it, I was like, it said you have $100 in your account, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
So I called the bank, and it turns out I looked at the account that they said that like a clothing like an online clothing store called Stripe,
Mm-hmm.
and some store in Greenwich got charged with my money, and I'm like, yeah, I didn't do that. I live in California. I don't live in Greenwich.
Yeah, at least if your bank's good, they're gonna flag that, being like,
Yeah.
hey, you're not. They know where you are geographically, and it's happened several times. I got Bank of America, and they'll alert you, be like, this is suspicious activity, And is this you? They'll send me a text, and I'm like, no, that isn't me. And also,
Yeah.
like, check your if you watch Netflix on your mobile devices, check it for barnacles. I had somebody hack my PS4 through
Really?
my Netflix.
Yeah.
And
I
yeah, and
remember that. I remember the whole debacle with the PS4,
mhm.
with the PS4.
Yeah, some dude in Saudi Arabia was like watching like I'm not watching this show. What the
I don't know how you know. I like
It,
Jay's comment here. My husband and father-in-law both speak fluent French. They have some great French comics, but I'm like you, James, just looking at the pictures. Oh yeah,
mm-hmm.
yeah.
nothing wrong with that at all.
I actually, when I read a comic book, I look when I look at a comic book, I like what reading the pictures, and I like looking at the pictures and reading the story because it just goes together so fluently because
Oh
comic
yeah.
books is a visual
Mm.
medium.
I just started
And
watching Jim Zub's station. Are you familiar with him?
No,
no,
no. Who's
And
he?
he wrote Spider-Man. He's a Marvel writer, Jim Zub.
really,
Really?
And yeah, and he's got a pretty decent YouTube station, and he talks about dialogue pacing,
Mm-hmm.
shit like this, like really good brass
Mm-hmm.
tack stuff. So
Oh,
I'm
that'd
like,
be yeah.
this is like I feel like Johnny Five, like input, like this is like, oh, this is the content I seek. This is like Bob Ross level of like, hey, these are comic book panels and these are in sequence and
Right.
this, and like your pacing of your dialogue is just as important as the pacing of your panel and like, good shit. So yeah, check out Jim
yeah.
Zub.
That would be
Yeah.
something really cool to check in on there.
I just
Definitely.
subscribe. I just subscribed to him.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, he's got great content. I mean, I'm not sure about him as a writer. I mean, sure, he might be decent. I should check him out. He just actually did Conan. He's got Conan on
Oh
Titan.
yeah,
We were
He,
just
he
talking about that. We were
yeah,
just
he's the
talking
yeah,
about
writer
it.
of
Yeah.
that. He's writing
yeah.
Conan, so people
I've
like his
read.
stuff.
I've read the. I got issue 0 at Free Comic Book Day,
Oh,
and it
cool. I
is
missed
good.
that.
It is good. It is good.
And you
It's
know I love issues number 0. I got a
it,
weakness for them.
it just feels. Hang on, let me see if I can find it. I put it with
Oh,
the rest of my
tits and
comics.
swords and beheadings. The way things used to be, the good old days.
Yeah,
Real quick question. Um, I'm paying attention to
I'll be,
everything. I swear to
be right
God.
back.
But I've got Batman and Punisher, Gotham City, Punishment in Gotham with John Romita Jr.
Ooh.
for $10. Maybe about $8.
Yeah, but okay, then also start thinking like, how much space do you have around you? Do you have short
Yeah.
and long boxes? Do you have places to put these? Like, you know what I
No.
mean? Because there's
No.
nothing worse than a stack of comic books that have snugs on them, skins, and a stack on your floor. I mean, I fucking stepped on
Yeah.
these and slipped and fell, and I'm like, that was fucking stupid. But so it was like that's actually the
Well,
impetus of the rebox boxing and like
I've
these.
I've got
Yeah.
a I've got a huge chest that I've built that's got lots of room in it still. So
Mhm.
they could go inside there. But to be honest, these ones I'm going to be using for reference right now. I'm buying them more for like reference than I am you know,
For
for like
enjoying.
well, no, for enjoying as well. Enjoying and reference more so than like any kind of monetary, you know what I mean? Kind of like investment.
Speculating.
Right.
Yeah, you're not. Wes accused me yesterday of being a speculator. I'm like,
What does that mean?
no. That I bought issue 1 of Ram V's The Vigil
Oh, because
because
you
it
thought it
had
might
so
be.
many first
Yeah.
appearances, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
where the
okay.
real money is.
Right, the first appearances,
It's
yeah.
not issues number 1; it's first appearances.
Right, right.
Yeah, and he was like, "Are you a speculator?" And I'm like, "No, but I got my head around this game now. I like
Hey, you
that."
might as well, you know? You can
Yeah,
have some that are on the side that are done for that reason. You can have some that you're doing for another reason.
you never
My
know.
friend who like deals comic books, like yeah, he has those ones that he will never ever sell. Those ones have a sentimental value, and they have, but there are other ones that he's getting to just he's not ever never going to open them up. He's just getting them to sell them off,
Yeah, I read
and
it
that's fine.
once.
That's
It
fine.
was it
Yeah,
was fine. It was just, yeah, kind of. If one of these characters take off, though, I mean, there you go. You have your first appearance.
right.
Heck, I was going through like
Mm.
my bagging and boarding, and I was like, "Whoa! Infinite Crisis number 5 is worth $35."
Mm.
because it's the first appearance of the third Blue Beetle in his suit,
Right.
Jaime Reyes in the Blue Beetle scarab suit, and I'm like, so that's where it is,
Right.
So this like this hey, it's our 7th Captain Marvel issue #1, and which one's worth the most? If they're at a 9.2 and near mint minus, they're worth their top dollar. But a lot of these common books only retain their cover price, and that's what I've gleaned from
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I look at the dollar bins and how good condition most of these books are in, and I look at mine and I'm like, God, all of my comic is this all, these are all worth $1? Kind of, maybe. Depend.
It's just
Yeah.
like with baseball cards as well, and value goes up and down and
Yeah.
left
I
and
mean,
right. I mean, I don't know.
curate
I
what
don't
you, I
know.
mean, why do you, I get them because I read serialized fiction. Yeah. And I read them in
Found
that
it.
style of publication. Yeah.
Found
That's a nice, that's cool. You got a bag and a board on that?
Yeah, hopefully, I'm gonna get
You
it
got to
one.
snug on that quick. And
Yeah,
and using a board now saves you spine roll. All of my comics have spine roll, and that's cracks all along. Like they don't ruin it, but it's not as valuable as it could be.
yeah. The art in here is just fantastic. Ugh.
Speaking of art, I showed these to Juan earlier, but comics division,
Mm-hmm.
they're doing a meetup in Dallas with the
Nice.
FNT. Well, they're doing a meetup, and the FNT crew are doing a meetup as well. So the Dallas, the comics division guys got a hold of me, and they asked me that they wanted me to do a poster for them.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
So
nice.
there's the image,
Oh,
and I've put
great.
text on it, and it's up on their website now for the RSVP. And it was just like kind of like done kind of at the last minute, so I just
Is
tried to include.
Jeremy in the
No, this isn't those. These are like this is
there's Culture
32
Casino.
Culture Casino
There's
comics. That's
Comics Division. There's
Corey, and there's Brahma Bull, and then Toxic Man Flu is Toxic Cactus. I
uh-huh.
turned him into his cactus. He's getting hit with a piece of meat on his head. It's all just like little. And then there's Southern Belle that's in there as well. She's one
Mm-hmm.
person that comes on the stream as long. Culture's got his cock in his hand.
Uh-huh. That's a
32's
good
got
looking. That's a good looking
got his
Culture Casino.
yeah. Culture
It's
Casino comics are not the
very Mad
best.
Magazine-y. It's very nice. I like that.
Yeah,
It's a
Mm.
I
compliment.
love Mad Magazine. Thank you for saying that. That's
Okay,
where I get
cool.
my ideas from. I love Mad Magazine, man. And there's Brahma Bull hiding in the bushes. It's all like little Easter eggs for them.
Is that supposed to be Tom Connor?
It is with his Michelangelo mask on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
and it doesn't look. I don't know. I like to take a little bit of freedom with what they look like and
I
everything.
hope they enjoy it. It was
Oh, they
well
love it.
intended.
They
Good
love it.
spirits.
And they also asked me to do the Dallas FNT meetup poster. So
Oh, cool.
I'm not supposed to show this to anybody because
Well, then don't.
it's
That's someone's commissioned work.
but they have put it up on the RSVP page though, a portion of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's up or not, but I could show it to you on the dude. It's full of Easter eggs. It's got that Mad Magazine kind of feel to it,
Cool.
but it's full of. In fact, I'll shoot it over to your Twitter. I'll shoot it
cool.
over to your Twitter
I was
there
gonna
right now.
say, and like maybe like if do a special edition where it's the actual fold-in.
I didn't even think about doing that.
I just thought of that, and it's like as his butt or something.
Oh shit!
Or the hot dog.
That's such a good idea. I completely
thinking
forgot
out
about
loud.
that.
Yeah, I'm just like boom. Like,
oh no, that's
I just want to say too on that note, every DC comic released this week had a tribute page to Al Jaffe at the end. It had that was nice. Al Jaffe of Mad Magazine, who passed away last month.
oh no.
He was like 102 years old.
Well, there you go, dude. That's a
Al
life and a
Jaffe.
half.
I mean, dude, yeah, it's Al Jaffe of Mad Magazine. He was an old man drawing that when I was a kid. So
Man, I wish I
he
still
died.
had all my Mad Mags. I had a ton of those when I was a kid.
Yeah, I mean, there's one. So there's the ones you could be going for because those are the ones that I see. Yul Carter said the same thing on Fantastic Comics. He's like, I enjoy reconnecting with the comics that I've lost.
Yes, yes.
And so that brings me the most joy, is being reunited with old friends and seeing these ads and just these, oh man, just the ads are where it's at. And apparently, and the whole thing that like we were kids and we had pocket change and like 50 cents, it was 2 quarters. And then you could find a dime. And that was the 60-cent days of Marvel Comics. And that was for like 4 or 5 years in the early 80s. And like from 81 to like 86. And then it went up to 75 cents. We went to 65, then to 75. But still, it was like a kid could afford that.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I forgot about buying all of those things, man. That's a
Check out,
I'm
that
gonna have to look
magazine.
those up. Oh,
And
dude.
not the collections. I mean, like I would advocate the magazine itself from that month for the ads and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a bit oversized, and then you get to see all the Don Martin shit in the margins. Fucking love that
Oh
stuff.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, in the margins. Spy versus spy.
Yeah, and then
little boobies here and there. And when as a little boy, you're like, ooh, boobies.
gross out humor. My
Yep.
mom, was so worried. She was like, "You're gonna be demented with all that Mad magazine."
And they
It's a
were
goofy
right.
kid. They were right. Ma, you
Hey,
were right.
I sent you on Twitter
Okay.
and there's a big empty space at the top for text to go at.
Uh-huh.
But
Ooh, now that's very
just,
nice. Reminiscent of anti-steampunk, steam junk.
yeah,
In
well,
a
it's
way.
my style, you know what I mean?
And
But
I
there's a
mean,
ton of like little Easter eggs in there.
that's
Oh, no
cool.
problem, man, Mr. Grant.
Hello.
Yeah,
That's
there's
nice. Oh, well, Chrissy looks beautiful, and so does
yeah, Chrissy.
X-Ray. That's great, and especially where they're placed in the saloon.
Well, because I have X-Ray there because she looks over everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
She's the producer. That's where she
that's
belongs.
great. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
And any significance to the portrait above as playing piano?
That's Drunk 3PO. It's Canadian Bear.
Oh, it is?
And how Az loves men with tits.
Okay.
So that's the thing right there. And then you've got the Baby Yoda,
Yeah, I love the head.
because
Yeah.
Az ripped that off online on like a live stream. So there's like little
Comics looks great at the bar. Very
yeah,
that's
he's
really
chilled out.
cool.
That's him. He's just chilled. That's all comics has to be. Is just chilled at the bar. Yeah.
Any pine? Oh, there's the pineapple. Okay,
You
yeah,
see
here
it?
we go. Aces over eights. Is that a
No,
9?
nines.
Oh,
But
that's
that's
fucking
significant
great.
because think about it. Think about Ace. What number is Ace?
0,
One.
right?
1.
Okay.
And now put those together.
10.
1,
1, 9.
9. It's the recent thing that be going on with Geeks and Gamers as of late.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. It's all about the 199.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I can see that in the other hand. It's clearer in the other hand with the ace of diamonds.
Right.
Yeah. I was looking at Jeremy's hand. Jeremy had the ace of clubs, and I was like, "Is that an 8?" I thought that was an 8 because that's the dead man's hand. Aces over 8s.
Oh really? Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. Oh my God, aces over 8s. The dead man's hand again.
I've never heard that. I've never heard
no
that
fucking
term.
shit. Really?
No.
Okay, dude. Aces over 8s. That's what Wild Bill Hickok had in his hand when he was shot from behind.
Oh really?
Yeah, and
Wow.
that's the dead man's hand. Aces over 8s.
Huh.
This is fucking yay, man. Yeah, that's why. Wow, this is cool. Yay. See,
there we go. I'm learning something new.
Mhm. Yeah, my dad. I remember my dad saw that. My dad saw the movie of Wild Bill with Jeff Bridges. Yeah, I remember that. He always had when he played poker, he always had a chair facing the door. But but the day that he died, he was facing away from the door.
Yep. It was well done in Deadwood as well. HBO's magnificent series, Deadwood.
I need to watch it. Oh man, Grant, sorry to hear you're feeling sick there, man.
Yeah.
Hope you feel better soon.
Sorry about that.
It could have something to do with your that new
hookers in the mouth again,
or that avatar that you got there. That's yeah.
Yeah.
Contracting something. So Sully, what you been up to, man?
Nothing much. Shooting content. I'm getting ready for
Mhm.
next week, which is my last day of work for the summer, unless I get called back in an emergency, which maybe I'll get a doctor's note for. No, I mean, like, seriously. I mean, I need a break from work. It's I'm a chef, so it's 8 hours straight,
Yeah.
nonstop,
Yeah.
sweating in this heat. The demands of service. It's but it's my trade. I'm a tradesman,
Yep.
and I'm old enough now to know that I need a break. Take it and be grateful and blessed
Yes.
for it. I'm gonna lose some weight, and that's my goal. Yeah, is to lose about 25 pounds.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, that's
Now,
just, I have health
so
goals. That's it.
how are you going to go about doing that?
I have a former a method I did over lockdown 2020.
Uh-huh.
I no beer, no bread, no pasta, no carbs.
Right.
Watch the sugar, just proteins and veggies, properly
Yeah.
portioned, counting calories while
Hmm.
expending. So getting that expenditure of you're burning more calories in a day than you're eating. If you can keep under 1,800 calories a day, which is
Yeah.
pretty small, you too will burn off that chin, thigh, and belly fat. And it happened. I lost 65 pounds with this method. Let's see, I'm a 50-year-old man that's got to watch his cholesterol. So I'm not going to take on any kind of young person's diet.
Your
Say,
Hmm.
of like all this red meat diet. That's it.
Right. Right.
I can't do that.
your
And also, I'm not a gym person, but
I hear there, man.
I need to
Yeah.
curate a bit more of that kind of, developing muscle
Hmm.
tone for my, because, you don't develop muscle in the next stage of life for me. And that's only a decade away.
Mm.
So yeah, I take this seriously. Genki,
It's
as
the
Gray would say.
sugars there, man. The sugars for me, it's the sugars. Just if you cut those out,
Mm-hmm.
sugars, and try to stay away from bread as much as possible, you see it immediately. Like you
Yeah.
see it like within a day. That's
I
just
can do 5 pounds a week that way. And
your
it's boom.
it's just
It's
so difficult. Sometimes you're just like, I'll just have a piece of bread, slap some cheese on it, and then you're
Yep.
like,
At
and that'll
work.
that'll make me full. It'll give me some energy, but then you're just like you pay
Yeah.
for it
Well, I'm
afterwards.
at work and I'm a chef, so I'm like, I'm going to eat that slice of pizza because I need to keep going.
Yeah,
Seriously, I
yeah.
would be stupid if I didn't. So I have to remove myself from that space and put myself into a safe space where I can suffer properly.
Uh-huh.
Dieting is suffering. You have to agree to it, and and not let it ruin your day,
Ooh,
and
yeah, yeah.
and do it. I have a vision, execute it.
yeah.
Boom.
This one's for you, Eric.
Oh yes.
Pops, sorry, I was driving. Can I ask Eric, who was giving you grief for speculating? I've always been all three, a reader, collector, covers variants, and an investor. Exactly.
Wes was busting my balls on yesterday's Thinking Critical Comics Aficionados show. You can check it in his replay. It was a good time. We talked about Bandito. We talked about ASM 26 all day long. It was one
Yeah.
subject. We didn't
Yeah.
vary, and I have a big opinion about it. I've it's but
Oh, are we
uh,
talking about the Marvel, Miss Marvel?
Yeah. It,
yeah, the thing.
Ah, yeah.
it went
But
from it went from the month to me. It went from the month of anxiety to the month of the swerve.
mhm.
Like
but
it's a Vince Russo like swerve from WCW.
But Pops, I bought The Vigil #1 by Ram the Fifth, well, Ram V, and I'm like, I got it specifically for all the first appearances because I've been doing these two books, the Overstreet Guides, and so first appearances are where it's at as a speculator, I guess. So not first issues, which do have their places, but it just seems to me that no, it's first appearances. That's where it is. So if one of these characters take off, I've already got that, should I get this slabbed? I don't usually slab books, but
Mm.
hey, like this is new to me. This is a great way to express some love to my lifetime hobby, finding out more about like this angle about grading and about price
Mhm.
guides. Overstreet's, the industry standard. Would totally tell anyone out there to get these two books. Every day I do, actually.
Yeah, Jay the Deep Minded says, sounds like you're on top of it, Eric. Just adapt the principles that work for you. There we go.
Keys. Okay.
I reviewed Vigil #1. All first appearances are called keys.
Ah,
There we go. Hey, what do you guys know about? This is so stupid. I need help, guys. I need intervention with this because
Okay.
I'm on a roll. I love Frank Cho's like his female
Boobies
figures,
and their
and
hips and
I
those
just
thighs.
got for like $30 a ton of Frank Cho's stuff.
Uh-huh.
It's Shauna the She
Oh, the She
Devil.
Devil.
I got like just a ton of them. Like I think
She's my
there's
first
about,
thought when I think Cho is Shauna the She Devil.
and I
That's like
just
where
got
my mind
these
goes.
with the
The
Hercules
ponytail
comic,
and the hips and
Mistress Bondage, and Rip. Oh my God, this is some erotic stuff in here too. Woo, what have I done?
I don't know. I like Milo Manara. It's that French stuff. Oh, speak of the devil of
Yeah.
bodacious babes.
You see how fast I was
Macanini.
there, McAdee? Did you
I
see how
talked. I
fast?
said thick, and who shows up? I think thick thighs, and you
Yeah.
appear.
Yeah, that woke me up
Behold.
and sent me here. That's
Yes.
It's like sending up the bat signal.
I don't
He
know.
was an ass in the air.
Apparently, I have too many bad signals. Apparently,
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna stay with. Okay, I'm only going to go after one last thing, and that's the Batman. This is my last one, guys, for a long time. Batman, Judge Dredd, Simon Beasley.
Uh,
I'm picking that up.
Batman versus Judge Dredd.
Yeah, and that's it. Because the artwork in there is just insanely good. How you doing, McAdee?
I just woke up. So,
All right. What time is it over there for you guys now? Because
it's 6. It's 14 after the hour.
oh, okay, cool. Because I was getting all
6
mixed up with my hours and stuff. Have you had a recent time change over there? When was it?
No,
Was it in April?
That was in March.
Oh,
that
geez,
was about
was
in
it?
March daylight
Yeah,
savings. Yeah,
daylight saving time. We're on Eastern Daylight Time now. Eastern Standard Time will be in the fall.
Because I was on comics division's show the other day, and I was
Mhm.
like, oh yeah, it starts at 11, so I'll be fine. Like it starts at like what, I don't know, like 10 o'clock, so or 9 o'clock or something like that. So I'll
Uh-huh.
be fine with 11 o'clock my time. And I look around 9:50 and I see, oh, it's starting in 10 minutes. I guess I better go. I got the time wrong
You lost
completely.
an hour?
Yeah, or somewhere along the line, or a long time ago. I just forgot to update
Yeah.
my stuff here.
So yeah, going back to ASM, ASM,
ATM 26, right?
ASM 26. It's I think that like that Marvel or Kevin Lowe and Zeb Wells did this so they could like not only like make it like give her like some publicity when her movie comes out, but also like
Yeah, Gabe from think Comical Opinions, Gabe Hernandez. He was like had a 3-minute long argument. Like he just like crafted it was like, and this is why Zeb Wells as producer of She-Hulk is totally just buffeting you for like this Miss Marvel shit that he's producing as a Hollywood. And I'm like, you nailed it one.
yeah, and
Yes.
this is like and also like they're like gonna make her a mutant, have her revive in Krakoa like before her but the
Resurrection protocols just precludes that now. I mean, humans can come back. They did that to Steve Rogers and Clint Barton got killed in a XE Judgment Day. And they
yeah,
got brought back.
and they actually they'll make her a mutant. They'll give her the same power she has in MCU, and it's not gonna have them. And a lot of people, it's more like just some guy said, it's more like a lot of people are saying like this is a women's and refrigerators trope, or it's like anti-Muslim, and the thing
Good to
was,
see you, Kenzo.
hey Kenzo. And the thing is that it would be more believable that Zeb Wells was hired to refine the yeah. Hopefully he brings like hopefully with with the Deadpool 3 script he'll bring like he'll bring like his writing from Hellions instead of the writing he has now. Because I liked Hellions, and he's done great stuff with Spider-Man in the past, but right now it's just total destruction. And it's more believable that Zeb Wells actually did this or Kevin Lowe actually did this to relieve some of the pressure that Zeb Wells is facing from the Spider-Man fans, the way he's been handling the series so far.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just more it's going to be more it I think it just completely backfired on him, because they're calling for debt. A lot of people on Twitter, the comic book stands for Miss Marvel, are calling for death threats on him. And then
It's Twitter. Twitter's full of shit anyway, dude. Fuck
Yeah.
it. Fuck Twitter.
yeah, and then there's other people, a lot of
Seriously, man.
yeah, this is the audience they were trying to get. The
Yeah,
audience
I
that
know,
don't even
huh?
buy their comics.
How dare
Yeah.
you? Well, I mean, that's. I think what makes it. See, what I would like, what I want to see, because we're not going to know until this week, right? Or is it the following week?
It's the following week. It comes out.
Okay, so it's
31st.
not even this coming's new release day, man. I mean, we don't know the events that lead to the demise of the character or what happens after that. I mean, she could be a Skrull for all we know, and this could be Secret Invasion 4. I mean,
Yeah.
but if Peter is, I think Peter should be responsible for this kid's sacrifice and death, and that is going to like put a real big spin on things. I
Yeah.
just to it's a bit of that Parker luck. It's you did all of these things to get MJ back. I define it as being selfish too. I mean, he did like he broke people's barriers, like his friends.
Yeah, but they didn't believe him. The thing was that they didn't want to help him at all. And
sure, and then he took matters into his own hands. And if all of these choices led to the death of a young person, of the next generation, of someone that in universe is very likable, people in that universe love Kamala Khan. She's beloved. And it doesn't matter what we think. I mean, but in universe,
and
she's
plus,
beloved by those heroes.
And she was also like, and she's also like Miles's. She was also like Miles's one-time girlfriend, and
yeah, I mean, I would love to see that.
She was also his. She was also his teammate on Champions, and I think Miles is going to blame Peter for this.
That would be great. Yeah.
And the thing is that whatever Zeb Wells does, it's going to lead to Spider-Man 1000. It's going to be leading to Spider-Man 1000.
Mm-hmm.
And however it's going to end, it's going to be like the road to 1000. Because after his run in May ends, and next May ends, it's going to lead to the next May after that is going to be Amazing Spider-Man 1000.
What's the legacy number right now?
Legacy number is going to be legacy number is
920. Okay.
And then his run ends in May, so that's 24 more issues, and then after that it's going to be 20. It's going to be 24. It's going to be 20. It's going to be another year, so that's 24 more issues, and that's like it's that Amazing Spider-Man 1000.
Oh, whoops! I sent the picture off to everybody. Oh man, whoops! I didn't mean to do that. I thought I was just sending that to you. Let me tell everybody real quick. Oh shit! Hey everybody! Oh man!
But that's okay. So everyone gets enjoy your art and keep it to yourself.
I didn't mean to.
Zeb Wells did say that it's going to end, did say in an interview that it's going to end with Peter and MJ, but you're not going to like the road it takes.
Sure.
I mean, what is it? She's gonna get engaged to Paul, and then they're gonna pull a Spider-Man 2 and have her leave him at the altar. Or is Paul gonna be a wolf in sheep's clothing? Or there's a lot of people hate Paul, or Everyone hates Paul.
I don't even know him. I can't hate someone I don't know. Come on, Warren.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you
We
lay
don't
that
know-
hate on me, Ricky Bobby.
We don't know anything. After 25 issues, we hardly know anything about this character.
Mm-hmm.
We only know his personality, and it's very, very condescending and narcissistic.
Speaking of characters, sorry, I don't mean to butt in here.
First,
I guess I should start doing this live art stream.
What are you doing today?
Well, I've got. Let me show you this. I've got this many more commissions to work on.
Ooh, very good.
I got a total of, I think it was about 63 commissions.
Congratulations. That's a lot
And I
of
got
work.
a couple more after. Oh my God. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I got
Yeah,
about
just-
31, 32 of them done at the con.
Uh-huh.
And now I'm working on the small ones first and going
Mhm.
larger ones just because. So there's I got this guy wrapped up, ready to be sent out. That's the,
That's nice.
Yeah.
whatchamacallit. It's the first time I ever did a,
Hal Jordan?
what's his face? Yeah. And then there was this guy right here from Hellboy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Bah. And then Last Ronin.
Oh,
Turtles.
Michelangelo.
Yeah.
What? You spoiler! Just kidding. I
So-
already knew that.
I'm going to be working on this size today. This is the mini Ishiki size,
Mhm.
which is the most popular size. It's an affordable size. It's not too expensive.
Yes.
The black and whites go for about $50, and then if you get it colored, it goes for $80.
And what are you working on today, Mechany?
I have no idea. I'm still figuring it out.
There we
Yeah.
go.
A cup of
Okay.
coffee and a Crulla. That's what he's working on.
Yeah.
Where the hell are?
Yeah,
What's your
It's
Fox?
breakfast.
exactly.
It's time for breakfast.
What's your Fox?
Exactly. It's like the
this one?
freaking Gwen piece that I
And
did yesterday. That took like at least 17, 18 hours to do total.
Mhm.
Yet
Wow.
I'm still proud
You
of
sound
that.
tired, dude. You sound really tired.
I just
Yeah.
woke up.
Okay.
Woke up.
Yeah. What's your
All right.
Fox? This one's for you.
Have you tried whiskey for breakfast? It might, help.
That sounds
I
good.
don't drink, so
I just
but maybe
fucking-
that might work. Yeah.
It looks like today I'll be doing. Here's the commission. It's black and white, mini Shikishi size. The Green Goblin. He wants
Uh-huh.
him laughing and with a pumpkin bomb in his hand.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah.
Waratte pumpkin bomb o motteru bamen. Green Goblin.
Wow.
The funny thing is, I had
Yeah.
a drawing of that already up there, like one that's already finished.
Uh-huh.
But a lot of the Japanese people don't buy the stuff that I've already drawn. They want their own original one that was done with them in mind,
Okay.
like I said before.
Game
and-
on.
But oh my gosh, we had a guy from Canada. I'm sorry, I don't remember your name. And it was Timmy. Your name was Timmy, and his friend from
Little
the
Timmy?
States. The first day he came to my booth, and he's a huge Lord of the Rings fan, like
Mhm.
huge. And he just stopped and he looked at my stuff. He's like, "Holy shit!" Because I had a bunch of Lord of the Rings stuff up there in the
Right,
background,
Yeah.
and I brought my portfolio with all of it in there. And he's like, "I want that piece," and he chose. He bought, I think it was the one at Balin's Tomb,
Oh.
the one I did at Balin's Tomb. So he picked that up, and that's like $300. And so he paid for that, and then he comes back like 30 minutes later. He's like, "Actually, I want that one too," and he pointed at the Rivendell one.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Oh my God, he just threw down $600 at my place." It was like, so I just, gave him some free prints and a bunch of stickers and stuff. Said, "Thank you so much, man." And then the next day he comes over, he's like, "Yeah, I want that other one too." And then he chose like, which one was it? Bilbo at his desk.
Mm-hmm.
Then 30 minutes later he comes back and he buys like which one was it? I can't remember. One of the other ones. Oh no. It was the battle at Helm's Deep that I did. So the guy in 2 days picked up like $1,200 worth of stuff.
Wow.
I was like,
That's fucking
That was
great.
your paycheck for
Wow.
that week.
yeah. And then I sold like the Batman monotype that I did, the original one.
Now there's steak with my beans and rice. That's what KRS-One said, yo.
All right, there you go. Now you get steak with that.
Yeah, there was a lot of people out there who was really cool there.
Now tell me, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, now I was gonna say you can
Love's
spend
gonna
yourself
get
on
you.
something real nice.
Love-
Now you can
love's
buy
gonna-
yourself
love's
something real
gonna get
nice
you.
this week.
Well,
Yeah.
Mackie, the problem is I've looked at Yahoo auctions and comic books, and I need help. I need
An
help. Somebody needs to
intervention.
intervene. Intervention
You
quickly.
tried to get Superman #1, did you?
No, I don't have that much balls, but oh no. But I just it's if I see something cool, I'm automatically like, oh, I
Yeah.
want that one.
But
Oh,
Marvel Star Wars number
uh,
68,
uh.
it's only $150. Oh no. It's
Like
down from 250 last year.
they have people who sell like a bunch of it's like the dollar bin. They sell a bunch of comics for like $10 here.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got like all the Grifter and Black, like these are old image comics.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Oh, I
not really
love
interested
those.
in those though.
Oh,
Sorry.
in hindsight, I wasn't interested in them much then. Like, my little cousin was.
Yeah.
So he's the one that got a lot of these Valiant and Image titles in the early 90s that I read them all over and over again. They
Right.
were his, though. So now I'm like enjoying them. That's why I'm getting Deathmate and Exo Man of War #0. It was like, I read that over and over again. And so I'm so happy to have this comic book back with this foil cover, the embossed foil cover, and just this wall-to-wall action. And it's just good shit in hindsight.
Right.
It really is.
Oh,
I'm very
man,
forgiving at that age. I'm very forgiving at that age, in my old age. Yeah.
I'm gonna do. I believe we talked about doing this like the old school looking one. So if so that's why I'm trying to get people to put specific notes. I've changed up. I'm not going to. Let me try not to get these people's information in here. But I've got a different. I made these commission forms
Mm-hmm.
where people put in like all this information, and it made it so much more helpful. And they give a description of what they want for their content. Like, and I know you guys can't read Japanese, but that's basically what it says.
Still.
Yeah. So it's just like these forms helped out so much. So that's what I'm gonna be working on tonight. I'm gonna try to get 1 piece or 2 pieces done. Just depends on how much energy I had because I just finished that FNT poster illustration today,
Mhm.
and I'm like,
That's awesome.
I'm just.
And now you want to go back and do the Mad Magazine
I
full-in,
know.
don't you? But that's just about the edges, though. Just maybe you can find it.
You know what? I
Dude.
think I could do it if I do
Dude,
it like
think about it.
I'm going to make it happen.
Yes. Machina, you watch?
What-
You read Mad Magazine much?
Nah.
Okay.
But I think I know what he's about to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
We grew up on it, so it's like Mad Magazine. Yes.
I always got to double check. Okay, so he wants black and white Minishi
Mm-hmm.
Green Goblin holding a pumpkin bomb. I have to do that because if I messed up my first one of Osaka Comic Con, I messed up my first commission. Because it was the first time I used these forms, and first time I used a couple of different sizes, and I had a person who was asking for one size, and I made it one size smaller. So I told them, hey, look, what I'll do is I could give you 3 options. One, I give your money back for like $20 back because it was $20 extra. 2, I could throw in $2,000, no shit, 20 bucks worth of merch. Or 3, I could do the illustration all over. I mean, it's up to you because it's my mistake, and I take responsibility. I take responsibility for that. And then they ended up just saying, "Oh no, we'll just give you $20 back, and that's cool." And so I realized from then I need to double, triple check every single time, read them aloud, what the exact commission form
Yep.
says.
Double check.
Yeah.
Measure twice, cut once, as we used to
Yep.
say in the wood shop.
Exactly.
You know what I mean.
And I
You
made
know
a
what I
rookie
mean.
mistake. Yeah. But ended up working out in the end, and had a lot of really good feedback. Already got people who are asking for commissions at the next Comic Con. So
Nice.
yeah, just gotta keep the ball rolling. So I still haven't heard back from Boston,
Mm-hmm.
but I did write them and I said, hey, look, I really want to go to Dallas as well. So if you have anybody who
Mm-hmm.
cancels at a booth, just
Yeah,
let me
someone will
know.
probably cancel for Dallas. It'll probably happen.
Yeah, and they immediately wrote back to me and said, "Oh yeah, we'll definitely keep you in mind."
That's
So
nice.
there's
Good.
nobody at.
That's awesome.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, no problem, Megan.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah. All right. What you call it? Yeah,
We all got Dear John, Dio.
Yeah.
No, I'm fucking. I had to like, exit a group chat that was just a bit too much for me.
I've done it
Oh,
Yeah,
a lot.
it was like it
Yeah,
felt bad, but it's more of like I'm at work and my phone's blowing up, and it's
yeah,
like, oh geez, I'm like, I just this is a negative distraction. It's like so
yeah.
it's like I'm very few and far between with my DMs.
You got to keep it to your. I didn't know what the whole group thing was at first. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. But yeah, you
Mm,
get to that point. You're like, oh no, people are going to see when you leave too. You know, it's just kind of like I
yeah.
wish they would take that function away.
No, that's up there with like what Perch calls the Twitter, like wants you riled up.
Yeah,
That's why it says
mhm.
you have been blocked by Heather
yeah,
Antos. It's why Twitter does that on purpose, is to get you riled up. I
yeah,
believe
yeah.
him.
Right.
I think that's it's pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, there she goes. Megan Lee has left. God bless you.
Yeah.
Fare thee
Oh,
well,
you know, of
child. I'll see you when you're playing
course.
your video games. Actually I've been watching her play Luigi's Mansion. That's pretty entertaining. It's like watching
Yeah.
someone play in a cartoon. The graphics on that game look great.
She's playing what Zelda now, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool. Good luck.
Okay.
Yeah, because she's
Yeah.
like, yeah, she's working on her, trying to get her hours up there too. So she's
Yeah.
gonna be monetized any minute now.
Yeah. I just
Here we go.
I- early earlier this week I released a video which I talked about the state of Spider-Man and how it just doesn't make sense anymore.
But does it make change? It makes dollars? Maybe.
Well, right. This
So-
arc right now, this arc is outselling outsells Batman, but
Yeah.
the
I gotta
entire
say too, but I gotta say, I mean, John Romita Jr.'s art in this is next level. His faces, the attention to detail on his faces. I think it's got a lot to do with the coloring. It's got handed inks, but I mean, it's just very fine details. I'm very proud of him. He looks great.
yeah, and
Good
one of the things that I can't stand is the way that Zeb Wells has been writing Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so painful to see Peter like being in the dump in the worst shape of his life. I mean, there's like character deconstruction, and then there's like total
Demolition.
demolition, and this feels like total demolition because
Mhm.
Peter's basically alone, and it's just so sad. I mean, everything.
But that's like the way it works. Remember, have you seen Spider-Man No Way Home yet?
Yeah, I did.
So it's like, I mean, just more that Hollywood corporate syzygy. I mean, how was Peter at the end of No Way Home? He had to make some magical deals and kind of mind wipe the world, and now he's on his own. He's got this, like, he's a solitary man.
Yeah,
And he's
he's
worked that way before too.
I'm a lone wolf.
Only child, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
just very few real emotional connections. He's only got one real family member in Aunt May. Two, if we
Two, if you count his sister or his long lost sister in
Jesus, that
Chip
stand.
Zdarsky run.
I
Really?
forgot about that, dude.
He has a long lost sister.
Something
Yeah.
like that. Thank you.
What?
And actually, surprisingly, it was actually Chip Zdarsky's best run
Yeah,
on Spectacular Spider-Man. It's actually is really good. So
yeah. I know Chip Zdarsky's leaving Daredevil in August. I'd
Yeah.
want to see him take over Zeb Wells and for Amazing Spider-Man.
That would be cool, wouldn't
And
it?
yeah, all the way. I would want to see him take over Zeb Wells in Amazing Spider-Man
Mhm.
all for after he's done with his run, because it's going to be amazing. It's going to be the run after that. It's going to be leading up to Amazing Spider-Man 1000, and
Yeah, it's 80 issues away.
Um,
And if you do, go ahead. I'm sorry, Jay.
sorry, guys, don't mean to pop in here. Jay's gonna be heading out. Good to see
Mhm.
y'all, but I gotta step out
let's
now.
see.
Just arrived at the farm shop. Got fruit, veg, and eggs to buy. Have a great guys
Keep
week.
those food
You
picks
too.
coming.
Yeah, keep them coming.
Please,
Keep
Jay.
them
I mean,
coming.
those beautiful, food, glorious food porn. It's wonderful. I hope you enjoyed your vacation here in the States. and you're recharged and ready. You know what I mean? Exactly. As our friend Wakazashi Gray says, Genki.
Yeah.
Okay, I
And, and,
think I figured it out. I think.
and he's done some great work in
Mhm.
alternate Spider-Man comics like Spider-Man Life Story. I'm currently reading it and I love it.
It's
And
it's such a fantastic concept that
yeah,
I'm surprised nobody has thought of that before.
yeah,
So, and I have it on my shelf as well. I had to get that because that was
yeah,
such a really great story. So that for those who don't know, Spider-Man Life Story is a special little comic that's basically a
Mhm.
what if that
Okay.
basically it retells the story of Peter Parker. But the trick is that instead of done in its own time, it's set in our time, basically.
Mhm.
So whatever the year that's the first issue of Spider-Man began, what happens is that each issue it shows Peter how his life goes through every 10 years.
Mhm.
So in our lifetime, in our timeline, Peter would be, I think he would be at least 80, probably 90 years old.
Mhm.
yeah, right.
And
Because
it's a really great thing that he did with that.
yeah,
I was like, wow, that's
yeah.
really
Because he
I
was
cool.
a
mean, and
teenager in the 60s.
yeah.
He's in his
He
Plus,
was a
20s
teenager in the
in the
60s, so he
70s.
served the Vietnam. So he served the he was served with the and basically,
no,
it's really cool that they
he
did.
was. Yeah, they had so many parts in history. Like in uh in 1968, he was thinking about going to Vietnam, but
Yeah, and they did a play on of Civil War like that. I was like,
yeah,
that is so cool how they
yeah,
did
they
that.
had like
Yeah.
Iron Man was doing whatever the government says, but when
Hmm.
Captain America went to Vietnam, he saw that he saw like villagers and innocent people getting gunned down, so he decided to stand up for them, not for the people of Vietnam and not the Viet Cong.
Hmm.
And I also like the way that he incorporated like so many big Spider-Man events, like
He did,
the symbiote,
and even yeah,
Craven's
yeah, with
last
the symbiote,
hunt.
because the symbiote actually messes, because it is a case where the way that when the way they bring in the black suit symbiote thing is that they actually go back to I can't
Secret
remember,
Wars,
but they go back to the
Secret
idea.
Wars, or
Well, they go
yeah,
back to the what I'm saying is that they go back to the idea that with the symbiote, after you get out of it, it messes with your health. It affects your health. Being with the symbiote too long has an effect on your health. And I remember another story like that a very, very long time ago that had the same kind of thing. And I love that they implemented a thing like that. Um, One of the things I really like is how they brought in Miles, which would be
yeah,
in the early 2000s, late until Peter's very late into Peter's age.
yeah,
They finally brought in Miles, and I like how they
and
did
they
that.
and I liked how they incorporated the Superior Spider-Man arc in there.
Hmm.
And it's just so hard.
I was like, you would this like that's kind of Marvel genius you miss seeing, and it's like
yeah, and
y'all should have done this. Like y'all should have done an entire line with this. Like do an entire line
yeah.
with other different characters. I want to see Cap.
What's
What
up
Actually,
with
if
Autumn
actually,
Rose?
they
Cap if he
did.
would have been aged in real time?
Actually, they did do that. They did it. They did Marvel Life Story with the Fantastic Four, and I think they're
Mm.
gonna do one with the. I think they did one with the Avengers.
It's a great idea. It's like
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I liked was how he it. I always hated the Clone Saga but in this way, they handled it perfectly. Peter wanted to retire as Spider-Man because he missed his family so much, and when he saw an out, he took it because he figured out that the Green Goblin was trying to trick him into believing he was a clone really fast, but he let Ben believe he was the real Peter Parker so he could go be with his family.
mhm.
And I think that was a much better way than they did during instead of how they really did it in the Clone Saga.
How the original Clone Saga went.
Yeah, yeah, and like I got Spider-Man Life Story Extra, which had that, which had the Spider-Man Life Story Annual, which had the entire event through J. Jonah Jameson's perspective, from the time from where he was, from the time where the police figured out that he was responsible for the Scorpion and the Spider Slayers, and he was sent to jail for a long time, and he actually had to reflect that it wasn't that it took him a long time to reflect that it was his fault, it wasn't Spider-Man's. And it even had the return of Helen Parker, who was the clone of Gwen Stacy, back in the 70s issue, and who was actually his therapist in the prison. And it's actually very, the story, the entire story and concept is very touching. I'm also gonna get his Shadow of the Symbiote, Spider-Man Shadow of the Symbiote, which is like, what if Peter didn't get rid of the symbiote outfit, and he kept it? And I really want, like with Chip Zdarsky, I really want him to take. He's been doing a great run with Daredevil. I don't like his Batman that much, but I really hope that they get him for Amazing Spider, for like after Zeb Wells is done messing up Spider-Man. I really want him to take over for
this one.
Yeah, I really want him to take over for Amazing Spider-Man, from Amazing Spider-Man after Zeb Wells run in. I want him to take over for all the way up to the 24 issues, which leads to Amazing Spider-Man 1000.
Also, by the way, I do recommend, Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man by Chip Zdarsky, because probably one of the best things about that is that the entire book is basically a road trip with Peter and J. Jonah Jameson, and they actually reconciled. They actually take time to actually reconcile kind of their differences and such like that. There's even moments where Peter even calls J. Jonah out because of the issue that he was pulling the entire time, and it's actually really great character moments between.
Yeah. I mean, Chip Zdarsky does these great character moments in his comics, and it's always so good. But with comic books, with other writers, these character moments are few and far between. But I mean, like, I like Nick Spencer's run, but sometimes there was too many silly moments. But I did like Nick Spencer's run, and I mean, I like the odd couple dynamic that Peter had with Boomerang, when Boomerang was actually Boomerang was actually Peter's, during his run. Boomerang was Peter's roommate, and everything just seemed like going back to like what he said he wanted to go back to basics. He wanted to do the Spider-Man, the Spider-Man he grew up with. So he was together again with MJ. He was like doing things, and he was, what's that? Oh,
MJ.
Yeah.
I grabbed this from my spinner rack. Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale, the late great Tim Sale, Spider-Man Blue.
Yeah, Spider-Man Blue.
This
Good
is good shit.
Good one. Yeah.
This is a really good one. Yeah. Nostalgic stuff. I love I love that Spider-Man, that Tim Sale
Yeah.
Spider-Man. That just the
They also have
chonky inking, chonky
They al-
eyes.
They
Like
also
the
have
big
a similar one called
chunky.
Daredevil. Yeah, they also have a similar one called Daredevil Yellow. That was the
Yeah.
first one.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first one.
He did a lot of those, like kind of like there's like a Captain America red, white, and blue, I guess.
Yeah.
And then there's they did Batman: The Long Halloween and Dark Victory.
Yeah.
Here you go, James. Look at those eyes.
Oh, let
Yeah.
me check that. Ooh, look at that. Yeah.
Look at
Oh,
that.
that's beautiful.
Norman.
And then there's another one I liked was Spider-Man Rain.
Ooh, here you go, buddy. Not trying to interrupt your.
Oh no.
No,
This is, yeah.
there's a Tim. That's a Norman face. Look at that. I like your face. You get the game. Look at that smile. They share that smile. That's it. There you
Yeah.
go. It's the eyes and the smile. You nailed them.
Yeah,
Character.
it's
That's
I
great,
like
man.
to incorporate the old looking style, but like
Yeah.
with my own little flair to it. You know what I mean?
I mean,
This is-
Stan Lee had a great quote about Spider-Man 1 back in 2000. He was like, we had this great actor like Willem Dafoe, and here we are covering up his face with this mask.
I know.
Yeah.
Why would that's so?
At least,
Yeah.
That came full circle.
at least they fixed it
It
up
came
with
full
No Way
circle.
Home.
Yeah, come on now.
Yes.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it.
You know what? I need to watch No Way Home again.
Dude, I just got it on. I got this Blu-ray with all three of them for like $10. I love Amazon.
Yeah, and also I want to get I signed a petition to help ask for people to get the Spider-Man 90s putting in new episode for Spider-Man 90s, like what they're doing with X-Men 94 or X-Men 96.
Aren't they doing that with Symbiote Spider-Man?
I don't know. No,
I would like that just because I just want to see how that that continuation of them of what was planned before it got canceled, because I do want to see that come on to the end, especially if you can, especially if they can get, especially if it does go into full, especially if they're able to get it through and they're able to bring back Christopher Daniel Barnes to reprise his role.
Christopher Daniel Barnes
is the voice.
He signed the petition.
Nice.
He signed the petition, and also like I'd want to see what happens. Like, I want to see the reunion between him and MJ in that, because they ended it before they could get
the Fox show.
Madam Web was taking him to be reunited with MJ. And
it was basically the
and
last.
They
couple
invented the
episodes.
Spider-Verse too. Remember?
Yeah, they was the proto Spider-Verse essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was some good stuff. I mean, those that was like a golden age of Marvel animation.
Oh yes, it was.
Like with the X-Men show, and like I know they had shows before that.
Avengers as well.
Yeah, but the Avengers wasn't as popular as like
it wasn't.
Or
but Earth's Mightiest Heroes in the early 2000s was in the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
And freaking Jennifer Hale as Carol Danvers was Marvel. I was like, oh, that's perfect casting.
Yeah.
Fem Shep. I was like, that is perfect casting.
So Jennifer Hale can do any voice.
She can
any voice up.
Even take a voice for an iconic role by somebody who basically just torpedoed their entire career.
Who's that we're talking about?
We're talking about Jennifer Taylor and her role in Bayonetta, and we're talking about Helena Taylor in Bayonetta.
Yeah. It's gonna be. Speaking about, I saw a Doomcast video, and it was called Spider-Man's Greatest Foe, and it was a entire video about Paul. And he basically said, it basically said, nobody in the Spider-Man universe actually likes Paul. They just see him as the guy that stole MJ from Peter.
That's funny. I mean,
But
that's
wasn't
funny.
Paul the assistant of the bad guy?
What?
Wasn't Paul?
Yeah,
an
he was.
assistant
Yeah,
this
he
bad
was. Yeah, he was, and that's why I'm thinking that it's like a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Hmm.
They're trying to keep him and Rabbit are trying to keep Peter apart, him and
I'm kind of
Mary
with.
Jane and
I'm
Peter
kind of
apart.
like, and in this case, I think more and more the more and more I see how Peter is held, the more and more I'm starting to just want. I was like, can we just lead this into Mayday Parker? Can we just have this
Yeah.
lead into Spider Girl? Because
To
it's,
go in
it's-
there in the movie, in the Spider-Verse movie. Did
Yeah,
you see
I
the
mean,
poster? That
Mhm.
Yeah.
cute ass poster?
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. We saw Mayday.
Isn't
I
that
was like,
adorable?
I know.
That's
what
I don't
we
know. I was
want.
like, Nerd Wonder's gonna just lose her freaking mind over
That's
this.
Baby Yoda
Yeah.
all over again, but
Yeah,
in a
and,
new. I mean, I can just hear Anna from that Star Wars girl going, "Oh, the baby," unless you
Yeah.
know that's so cute.
And also
On all
the
levels.
thing is that they confirmed that Mayday is going to be canon in 616.
Uh-huh.
Mayday's gonna be king, but they're probably gonna mess it up for her though. I'm afraid
Yeah.
that's the.
Yeah, and the thing is that they're going, but Zeb Wells wants to do his thing, and until that they're like they're going to keep it like that. But one thing I gotta say is, after reading Amazing Spider-Man 25, is thank God they're not Paul's kids.
Yeah, or hers. But
Oh,
they
yeah,
look a
or-
lot like them. I mean, like, is that?
Yeah,
I wonder if
think
that's
it's
an art error or.
I think it's like I think it might be like some kind of illusion created by
Sure,
one
it
of
was an
by
alternate reality,
Back
and
to
those are the
Mephisto again.
only 4
Yeah.
humans on that Earth.
Yeah,
Like, how do those kids
he said
survive?
that, yeah, and he said that, and plus Paul said that all the gods came and destroyed all life on that planet,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it may have been Paul who did it, or like, hear me out.
Yeah, Paul's the bad guy, hiding in plain sight. That's like one
Yeah.
of the easiest things to write.
Yeah, that's the thing is, I think Paul had tried to seduce MJ, but she wouldn't go for him.
Mm-hmm.
And so he went to her maternal instinct. So yeah. So he went to her maternal instinct. He created these kids from kids that she would have in the future, and
Mm-hmm.
he gave them these memories, and
Hello, Stunning and Brave Megatron. Welcome.
hey, Stunning and Brave.
Hey, what's up there?
What's up, Sonny?
How's it going?
And he made these kids so that they could be like a family, and she wouldn't leave him, even if Peter came
A
back.
helpless little redheaded girl, just like her.
Mm-hmm.
It's I smell trap. It's great.
Yeah, and the thing is that this reminds me a lot of, like, you guys remember Farscape?
Oh yeah.
There was this one episode called The Locket, and in that episode, Aaron's son, Aaron, she got trapped in this mist where time moved faster, and when she came back to Moya, or the ship, do you guys Macney, do you remember? Hey, Mrs. Flu. Macney,
Hey, what's up, Mrs. Flu? How you doing there?
Good morning, Mrs. Flu.
Do you remember Farscape?
I do. I think
I
so.
watched
Yeah.
it peripherally. I like how it spin the Buck Rogers theme on its head. I love that, like, 20th century American astronaut out of time or out of place. So like Flash Gordon's like that too.
Yeah, and you remember Farscape, James?
I didn't watch it. No, I didn't watch it. Sorry.
Yeah, the great bad guy.
Well,
Remember that?
Yeah, Scorpius. But there was the episode, The Locket. The whole thing about MJ's story reminds me of the episode, The Locket, and there was, like, with the when Aaron went into this mist, it was like an entire planet that actually had moved faster. When she came
Mhm.
back, it only been 1 day, but for her, she was 156 years old. She had 3 sons. She had a granddaughter. She had a husband. She basically lived out her life, but she was an old woman. So John tried to find go in the mist himself, and he ended up getting trapped, and he aged. So Aaron went back in and saved him, and she found him as an old man, and Aaron and while there, Aaron kept this locket with her, and he asked what was in there, and she says, "Oh, it's the picture of the man I love." And Pilate told them that there was a way to undo what they have done, so they went back. So they went back to Muya, but Erin died on the way there because she was too old. And John actually confessed his love to her when she was done, after she died, and he picked up the locket, and he remembered it said it was this the this was this is the man this is the man I love, I truly love. And when he opens the locket, it was him. And it's like she's with I think MJ right now. I think MJ's with Paul mainly because of those kids.
Mhm.
They're
Maybe she knows that he's the bad guy and needs to stick close to him before she hurts Peter again.
could be that.
She's
yeah,
pretty bright for a supermodel.
Yeah, she's an actress and a supermodel.
That's a soap opera actress.
Yeah, she
didn't she beat out Typhoid Mary for a role? Remember Typhoid Mary for
I think so. But she's actually known. She's actually she says that and one of the things I love about the MJ character is that she wears a mask. Why she became a great actress was she wore a mask, like a mask to hide her emotions.
But nothing could hide those hips.
Yeah,
Not at all.
Those thick thighs.
Nope. And that awesome rack. And it's like one of those things that she, like, this is like to her, like, I think like her telling Peter she doesn't love him anymore is like the biggest performance of her life.
Face it, Tiger, you've hit the jackpot.
I love that line.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, there's that panel. There we go.
Yeah, I think
great pop art. Look at that. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Look at the look in this face.
Oh, yeah, I love that. Yeah.
This is wonderful. This is that's storytelling, huh?
And I mean, a lot. The main thing about Spider-Man 1000, a lot of people think it's going to be MJ and Peter getting remarried, and because let's face it, MJ and Spider-Man are like the Superman and Lois.
They have been, sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
the Superman and Lois Lane of Marvel.
Yeah, and but also a big part of the recipe, it seems to be breaking them up to put them back, so we can have the pleasure of watching them struggle to get back again. It's like Batman and Catwoman definitely have been doing that for 60 years. And it's kind of boring.
Only for Tom King to just go in and just be like, yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and just go forward with the marriage.
But there is a reality where Bruce married Selena, and that was Earth 2, and they had Helena.
I'm just saying,
and so it's out there. I mean, it's the thing. It's like they always reset the clock so we can have the joy of watching them fall in love all over again, and then they bobbled that in the New 52.
But didn't Tom King screw the pooch, get fired from
he
the
screwed
book
the pooch with the marriage.
He screwed the pooch with the marriage. That he ended up getting fired from the book and was put on Human Target.
Well, he was very successful.
The way that
he's got a great agent. He's like Tom King is edgy for this publication. He gets clicks, he gets metrics, he gets a lot of traction.
But I mean, even his agent couldn't help him on that mistake on that mistake, and he ended. I remember he after like 30 more issues, he ended up getting fired from the book because the backlash was still there.
Yeah, but he did 100 issues, or something like he had a
80
5-year.
it was 80 it was an 80 it was 80 issues, and he ended up getting fired from the book. So and he was put on human target.
Sure, I mean, and he's been working ever since too. He's getting Wonder Woman #1 next month or in 2 months from now. I mean,
Yeah,
he's bringing in a new character called Trinity, Wonder
yeah.
Woman's daughter. And my thing is, who's the baby's daddy? I want to know who's the baby's daddy. She's got blonde hair, but she's got very bronzy skin and dark eyes. So I'm wondering,
Captain Marvel.
it's the age of, it can't be Bruce and it can't be Clark. Who's the baby's daddy?
Stephen Trevor.
I think no, that's been done. Earth 2, that's Fury. And also if you want to see Clark, that's in Dark Knight, Frank Miller's world. They have 2 kids, and I think it's going to be Michael Holt, the Mr. Terrific,
Also Kingdom Come,
or Val Zod, the Superman of Earth 2. Those were, and I thought this before I saw the image of Trinity herself. I was like, I might be right.
And also, like, you're going to be happy about this. You're going to be happy about this. They're going to, with Fall of X, they're going to do a new status quo for X-Men, because they're doing a big event with Fall of X, which is in August, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah, August. And the last time they did an event like this, it put up a new status quo for the X-Men.
Mm-hmm. I bought a new issue of the X-Men this week, dude.
Really?
I got X-Men 22. I enjoyed it.
I thought you said you would never buy an X-Men comic in the Krakoa era.
Well, because Yul Carter of Fantastic Comics suggested it, and I was like, you know what? I don't have the problems that my other YouTube creator community. They have a lot of problems with Jerry Duggan as a writer. I don't have those problems with him.
There's just a lot of problems with a lot of different books, like Swords and.
Oh God, yeah, I know it's mostly Jordan White's problem, but it's more of like this is.
Mutants.
Yeah, I just it's too much.
I can't stand. I know that they're doing this event. I know they're doing this event because Vita Ayala and what's her name?
Danny Lore.
No, not Danny Lore.
T. Franklin?
No, not T. Franklin. Teenie Howard. They're out the door.
Howard.
They're going to be out the door They're going to be out the door by fall, and going to be Marvel DC exclusive writers. And
I'm laughing at this face. I love it.
And
in the comic,
I want to laugh along with your Norman here.
Oh yeah. Oh, just to address a couple things in the chat here. Mrs. Flu, this is commission from Osaka Comic Con, and actually, yeah, that's the only thing I got to address. Sorry. This sounds like and then nice to see you studying at Brave, and also Anonymous. Good to see you guys there.
This issue is called "Bring on the Bad Guys," and it's a standalone kind of, and it's all about the bad guys who are right now enacting their plan to fall of the X. And so Duggan is actually using some of this Krakoan stuff, and just like I like the way he's using it. It's like, what are you going to do with all of these dead Wolverines? He keeps coming, you know what I mean? He Orcus has found a use for those if they were able to, retrieve a dead Wolverine body. What do you think they're doing with it? It's fucking great.
Use it as a weapon.
Dude, it's pretty fun.
300, they're building a gigantic wall out of it.
And look, the Fall of X is going to it's going to be like a big and last time they did an event like this was Age of Apocalypse and the Clone Saga, where they put up a new status quo for the X-Men and Spider-Man.
I'm used
Like-
to it. I'm used to status quo shifts with the X-Men, though.
Yeah.
It seems it's been happening since the late '80s, because it's always been like basically at the mansion, and then came the fall of the mutants, and so everything we moved the show to the outback in Australia where they were hiding. Everyone thought the X-Men were dead, that they died in Dallas, but no, they were actually working from behind the scenes. But eventually, that came full circle, and we went back to the mansion and the Danger Room, Graymalkin Way. That was a really wonderful time too. And then years later, like they moved everything to San Francisco. Remember, they were living on that was it Alcatraz, and then came Schism, and then you had and then Wolverine eventually brought it back to Graymalkin Way in the mansion and the academy. I like that. So eventually, the Krakoan it's pretty much run its course, and hopefully they're just going to revert to form, classic uniforms, and back to basics in a way. Even they did that with Grant Morrison as well. I mean, at the end of the Morrison run, what do? Boom, right back to Chuck Austin. They immediately reboot Zorn as not being Magneto, and they went back to traditional costumes and the Academy.
Yeah.
And it's a cycle.
Just want to give a quick shout out to Mrs. Flew here. Have a good day. She's got to head out, so thank you for stopping by.
Goodbye, Mrs.
And it was
Flew.
really good
Thank you,
speaking to you
Mrs.
the other day.
Flew.
Hope to see you soon.
Good to see you,
Take
Mrs.
care.
Flew.
Bye
Yeah.
Here's a Kleenex for your achoo,
bye.
Mrs. Flew.
This is
That's
gonna.
for you.
I mean, Fall of X. Yeah. Fall of X is going to have a lot to do with it's going to be like the last of the Krakoa era, and then we're going to go to back to new status quo X-Men, and hopefully it's back to the mansion, back to the Danger Room, and after that I'm probably gonna the only comic books I'm looking at are like Venom, or like right now are Venom, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, and
Next Wednesday, new release. It's Storm #1, written by Ann Nesenti. I'm getting this. I love Storm, and it's Mohawk era Storm, and it's just it's written for the trade, so it's only going to be about 4 to 6 issues, but it's Ann Nesenti doing it, but it's like here are the stories for us as well, for the old fan. So this is like going back into a certain era. It is doing so. This is like X-Men '87 for me. This is great. I'm tickled pink. I'm in.
Yeah, and this is going to but with what I'm really liking right now. What I'm really, and also right now the comic books I'm focusing on are like Venom, Miles Morales, Daredevil, and I saw that Hal Jordan was really good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was fun. That was really Jeremy Adams, Green Lantern #1, great.
And
issue 1.
Also saw that Jeremy Adams is leaving is going to be leaving the Flash.
Yep. And $7.99 was his last issue that's all him. So if next month's Flash 800 is going to have one story by him, but Cy Spurrier has a story in there because he's getting the new issue 1, and going from there. So issue 800 milestone, and issue 800 for Wonder Woman as well. Yeah, and then she gets the new #1 as well.
I heard, a lot of people were like, but who's taking? But also, Chip Zdarsky is going to be leaving Daredevil at the end of August, and who's taking over for him?
Ahmad Saladin. My first question was
Saladin Ahmed.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
Saladin Ahmed. Ahmad Saladin. Or Salamat Ahmed.
Erico Saladin.
Saladin Ahmed. Saladin Ahmed.
Thank you.
He's writer. He's been a writer for Miss Marvel for quite a while, taken over after G. Willow Wilson left on the book. He was doing Miles Morales for a bit as well. It's kind of mid, you know.
Well, I hope that a nice Irish Catholic boy can write a nice Irish Catholic boy the way that modern
Except he's
audiences
not Irish
need.
Catholic.
I know. That's my. I bet she's not a Jinja either.
Ah.
Ah,
Oh, crazy story. I was on the
Wait a
Common Nerds show the other day,
Uh-huh.
his birthday stream, and we had 4 gingers on there at the same time.
Ooh, did the cameras melt?
What's that?
Did the cameras melt like in like?
It's-
Raiders
Oh
of the
man,
Lost
yeah,
Ark?
well, there was blood spraying out for people's like faces.
It's beautiful.
Like,
yeah, I was going to
Greatest-
say, it was like YouTube. You can't have that on YouTube. That's not.
I know,
allowed.
I
You're
know.
gonna get channel struck down.
Papa Susan was not a happy.
Yeah, but
camper, I'll
we
tell you
don't
that.
have a Papa Susan.
And
though.
halfway through the show, we replaced James Harris with Malcolm Jamal Warner, and no one.
Yeah,
can
one of them
question why.
has to be. Yeah, one of them has to be race swapped. It's like you can have them on for like a couple. You can have them on for like a couple of minutes, and then time's up. Nope, you have to be race swapped.
Yeah, I felt my spidey sense tingling, like there was something happening. That's why I had to jump off the stream early.
It was
I was
like,
like,
okay,
uh-oh.
out of the 4 gingers placing bets, who's going to be the one that's going to get race swapped?
What Gingers? Why?
Everybody was placing bets in the chat. It's like,
Yeah,
I heard that with the third Venom movie, what's his name? Andrew Garfield is going to be guest starring in.
That's cool.
He's going to be in there. And how much you want to bet that they're going to make the MJ of that universe Asian?
Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? At least it's MJ.
I mean, yeah. I mean, can they? I mean, because that was my joke was like, who is Wonder Woman's baby daddy in the new Wonder Woman? But it's like, my first 2 answers were they were men of color, and Michael Holt, the second Mr. Terrific, and the third smartest man on earth, Prime. I mean, like I was like, I bet you, Michael Holt and Diana.
He wasn't smart enough to pull out.
No, well, he's actually got a tortured history. He lost his pregnant wife in a car wreck.
Oh,
And that's something Tom King's actually embellished recently as well.
Yeah, he said he was glad his wife died, and I thought that was bullshit.
But still, it's like, here's a second chance, and but it's like, if you're introducing new properties, you're going to have to make sure that your boxes are checked off, right? And so that was like my first thought: who's the baby's daddy? Like, who's it going to be? It's not going to be Steve Trevor. No, it can't be.
No, it just makes me wonder if there's going to be a writer's strike for comics.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, there's supposed to be like an actor's strike now.
Mhm.
Like the
Why not?
yeah.
Well, I thought there was going to be a director's strike. I was like,
I'm just glad they got done with Dude Part 2. That's all.
Yeah,
I'm
and
happy they got finished with that.
also that a lot of people, or like a lot of Twitter freaks, are upset that all the Disney shows that were pulled from both Hulu and
they were trash.
Yes.
Except for like one of them.
all those Disney shows that were pulled from Hulu and Disney Plus.
Oh yeah.
Including Willow.
Yeah, they were trash. They're getting these Twitter freaks are getting mad because Miss Marvel's dying. Miss Marvel's dying, but it's gonna be it's like,
Don't worry, she'll get better.
yeah, it's comic books. Death is irrelevant.
She'll have a Red Bull.
I mean,
She'll be up
look
and
She's
at-
going to be an
down.
allegory. I love it. She's going to be this allegory for sending your daughter to college. She's going to come back a stark, raving, angry feminist with a new power set, a new haircut, a new costume, and a new attitude.
Yeah,
And
and-
she's going to be bitter.
Yeah.
The super ability to piss
Eric,
everybody off at Thanksgiving.
She's going to be bitter
Eric-
too. She's going to be
Eric,
really
that's not
bitter and
gonna
angry.
work.
Yeah.
Eric, that can't work.
wait a second. I thought of something.
You cannot.
Why not? She's a
That-
happy-go-lucky,
No.
ebullient, likable character. Now she's been killed in the line of action. When she comes
Yeah.
back, she might be just a little bitter.
Yeah, I think this might be the tipping point for MJ as well in the story, because Rabin is going to kill her,
Mm-hmm.
because he said he has to kill the Scarlet Woman.
Now, is the Scribble Man a different villain?
No, the Scribble Man is Rabin, and
Okay.
he's the emissary,
Okay.
and the the entire thing is like, I think that maybe like the whole thing is like the gods are trying to keep them apart,
Mm-hmm.
like keep Peter and MJ apart, and it's just
Sure. Why not?
and it's just
Because
killing.
their baby will probably save the world. Isn't that the whole thing?
Yeah,
That's what
and
Mephisto is fucking scared shitless of them.
yeah, and the thing is that that they're just he that it's the thing is that the ceremony murder Spider is said to murder Spider-Man, but
Mhm.
it's
Sure.
that this whole run is slowly killing Peter.
Or we're gonna make him stronger by the end of it,
Yeah,
But that's if Zeb Wells literally has a year left on this.
yeah,
We could consider this seriously. This is the Act 2 nadir. That's like the lowest point for our hero, where when it now comes. It's like Rocky 4. Like this is him,
yeah.
like it's like
good
that
movie.
has a beautiful 3-act structure,
It
and
does.
and
a
it's
beautiful
like
movie.
so. What was the Act 2 nadir? It's like going to. It was it the training scene or right before the training scene?
Yeah,
In
It was a
Russia.
fight scene for me.
Or was that Apollo dying? Was that like, the lowest point there?
Hearts on fire,
yeah,
burn desire. What a great soundtrack
and
too, man. Good Lord, what a great movie. I gotta watch that again.
and
Oh man.
and
So
the thing
good.
is that Peter, I think Peter, right after this arc is done, it's going to go back to Dr. Octopus, which should
Mhm.
have been done a long time ago. After that, it's Tombstone's daughter's wedding, which should have been done a long time ago. And
It takes forever to plan these things,
and
Even the
also,
father is rich as Tombstone. He's got to pay for his daughter's wedding. So it's like, come on, those things are not cheap.
yeah, and
Got to pull up a couple of extra capers, make sure you don't get friggin', and make sure Daredevil's out of town.
also
Thank you.
and also the last one, the last one in August, it's going to start another arc, and I think it's going to be Craven and someone else, because the cover shows Spider-Man jumping away from spears, and it says two of his biggest foes are teaming up. Is it
Mhm.
either to stop him or stop something else? And I think like it's Craven and some other like mysticism, since they know about the totems, and they're trying to like they know something that Spider-Man doesn't.
Mhm.
But I'm not gonna I'm gonna hold out off on that. I'm going to collect the trade paperbacks, so I can do an in-depth review after the run is done. But I'm taking after Spider-Man 126, I'm taking a break.
You
I'm
deserve
just
it.
Yeah, I'm taking a break because I'm tired of seeing Peter so depressed. Like he looks like he's ready to take his own life at any moment, and his inner dialogue is just
I
so
hate that. I really.
Mhm.
and it
He's never been a pathetic character. He's a tragic character, but
yeah,
he's guilt ridden. But
yeah,
he's never been pathetic. He's never
yeah,
like really
and this
evoked
is-
pathos.
and this is just and this just twist the knife, and seeing MJ with Paul just twist the knife even further, because this is the one he
Sure.
sacrificed everything for, and I just want to punch his face. And I swear Zeb Wells
Maybe
created this
that's the
character.
intended. That's the intended thing, though.
Yeah.
Zeb
You
Wells
are the
created-
fan. He wants you on the edge of your seat. I
Zeb
want
Wells-
this to be a
It's the
thrill
whole
ride for
thing
you.
of.
Yeah, Zeb Wells
Yeah,
created
yeah. It just reminds me of the whole thing of just like the
Zeb
whole
Wells. Yeah,
him saying that I only like MJ as a sister. I'm like,
yeah, and I think he's lying to himself there. I think he's lying to himself, and that Zeb Zeb Wells I think Zeb Wells created Paul just for the fans to hate him.
Sure.
Well, that's okay.
That's
I mean,
it's
they're
all
supposed to
about
have an
construction. I mean,
antagonist.
it's you have to, yeah. I mean,
And then,
He does what
yeah.
an antagonist is supposed to do.
and a lot of
Yeah.
the times too, Peter Parker has the history of close friends becoming enemies. Like, remember that, like in the JMS run in the early 2000s, like, one of his high school friends, like, has one of these accidents. It's like the Gold Man, or I forget which one he was. But it was a simple Spider-Man villain setup and origin story. Very familiar. It was just like someone who, like, who's got a history with Peter Parker also hates Spider-Man. And it's very, like, that's thematic. And that's
Also, like how when
hello.
his also like Harry his friend.
Hello, Peter.
Harry. Also, like when Harry became the second Green Goblin.
Mm-hmm.
Harry was his best friend in high school and college.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But then he became the Green Goblin.
And addicted to drugs.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
drugs bad for you, kid.
They support a Roy Harper there, huh?
Yeah.
Kind of. That was going on at the same time over at the other place.
Yeah.
So you had to put your own version of it. Then there were the ones that didn't have the Comics Code of Approval seal, that were literal drug awareness messaging, and there was also asexual abuse messaging issue as well.
That's bad too.
Yeah, this was
I remember when
canonically Peter Parker got sexually abused.
Ouch!
It's out there, man. It's from the 80s, dude.
I remember that there was a bunch of like one of those, what in the 80s there was like
so what you're saying, Eric, is that men can get sexually abused as well.
It happens. Yeah. It's like it was a really sad setup because remember, Pete was an only child.
So I know. I'm joking. I know.
Oh yeah.
I know.
But it's like it was just like it was what we might call G rooming in the G room. Like, Peter, went into a G room with an adult that wasn't, taking advantage of his, that was like a big part of it. And yeah, it was just like, here are the warning signs, like, tell an adult.
Yeah.
But you know what? That could actually help kids who are maybe at a young age reading that in order for them to be able to identify it, and maybe if they're having a problem and don't know how to deal with it, for them to actually look, okay, Spider-Man can come out and talk about it. Exactly. I can too.
Yeah. And also be aware, like, don't put yourself in that situation.
I remember there was also, like, back in the 80s, my dad got me, I know this because my dad got me did a garage door for a customer, and he got me a whole bunch of comic books from the 70s and the 80s. And in the 80s comic books, there were actually
wow. I'm looking at the issue. Produced in cooperation with the National Committee for the Prevention of Child Abuse. It's Spider-Man and Power Pack. Wow. Yeah, remember Power Pack? It was a crossover.
Yeah, and they actually had one of those things about AIDS, an entire like short story about AIDS, where, and it's like these were like infomercials between commercials where they say the dangers of what's going on today.
This was from 1985. Indeed. Wow. How you doing there?
Sorry. Yeah. I was actually wanting to talk. If you guys don't mind, changing the subject here for just a second.
Are you kidding? What about Wonder Woman's baby daddy?
Well,
what about
I just want to ask
about a comic book death nobody cares for?
Oh, I think I
Okay.
do. I love it, man. I don't.
Let's still talk about Spider-Man. Uh,
But
I want to talk. I want to talk a little bit about that Dune, the second Dune trailer. I know it's a
Mhm.
different topic, but have you guys seen it yet?
no, I haven't.
No,
Well,
You haven't
not.
seen the second Dune? Oh my god,
I like
dude! I got.
surprises.
Oh well, it's fine. It gives you
I haven't
cold
even
chills,
seen the
dude.
first Dune, and I have the 4K Blu-ray of it.
Good. Jake, dive into it. The sound design is amazing.
Yeah, I just watched it again the other day. It's just
Man, the
so
Sardaukar
good.
home planet, man. Yeah,
Oh,
it's so
it's
creepy.
so creepy, isn't it?
Wow, and it
Yes,
works.
it
It's
does,
so
doesn't it?
creepy.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
I think this one's gonna have a lot more action in it than the first
Oh,
Mhm.
one
definitely. No,
because
I really love. Yeah, go
the
ahead. Go for
first
it, man.
one they just set up. They just set up everything, the entire world
Yeah,
for you, and
yeah.
it is at a slow pace. It is at a slow pace, but it is very stunning and very like. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Megatron. Megatron, very stunning and brave.
Oh
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Witcher Fox. This is another one. I don't know if you're watching, maybe not. Witcher
Yeah,
Fox loves the Beastman. She was so excited when I told her about when I said about the Gallo Falls, the Gallo Falls edition. It's going
Mhm.
to have Hearthkin forgers or Hearthkin salvagers, and which are space dwarves, and beastmen, which are basically are never been used in Warhammer outside of Necromunda.
Paul stood alone now, just into the ring, clad in the fighting trunks he'd worn under his still suit. He held a crysknife in his right hand. His feet were bare against the sand-gritted rock. Idaho had warned him time and again. When in doubt of your surface, bare feet are best.
Ooh, love that scene.
That is
They
my
have that scene in the
favorite scene in the book. Yeah.
they have that scene in the trailer, man.
Really?
Oh, and it
Oh,
just like I got cold chills, dude.
dude, that's my favorite Idahoism. Like, and
Yeah.
I love that. That's like my favorite part of the book.
The way that they um
I think Jason
they portray
Momoa
the
did a good job
Harkonnens.
with. Yeah, I think Jason Momoa did a good job as Duncan Idaho, but
Yeah.
and also I was afraid how Josh Brolin would be with
Oh, he's great.
as Gurney,
Yeah.
but
I wish they had more. I wanted to see him play
Yes,
the
they're
basilisk.
gonna have him a lot more in the second one.
Of
He's all up in
course.
that trailer. Yeah.
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 I wonder what they're gonna do with Thufir. That's what because once they race swapped Liet Kynes, I mean,
Yeah.
just like there was like a different conclusion to that character's ending. So I'm thinking the same thing about, I don't think, it's unfair to say that Thufir was race swapped, but as his actor portraying him is African American, and you can't. I don't think there's an intrinsic disconnect now. Harkonnens are slavers. They're not going to. So what's
yeah.
going to happen to Thufir Hawat? Is he going to be the Mentat to replace Peter de Vries in Baron Harkonnen's service unwillingly,
Right.
without his consent?
Right.
And I don't think I think that's untouchable in modern cinema because of the whole, the social score thing.
I don't remember seeing him in the trailer, to be honest.
Mm.
I've only watched the trailer once, and
Yes.
I'm like, I probably need to check that out again.
Remember, like that scene in the lynch. All I see is an Atreides that I want to kill. Now, Fade. Thufir's a Harkonnen now. I see they've installed your heart plug. Oh,
Yeah.
gruesome fucking shit, man.
Oh, that was really disgusting.
Yes,
The heart
and the
plugs.
cat. That was out of the book too.
That was actually that actually was one of the few things that I did not like that David Lynch. One of the things that I hated about the David Lynch version.
Well, we have many thoughts on Dune's Lynch here, Mr. Grant Matheson, and we'll be expressing them soon in an organized fashion with a jam the Jinja Ninja, Sully, and
Yes.
Luis Wakazashi's Tea House Gray. We have a nebulous plan to pull this together in
Do
the
you know-
near
do-
future.
Do you
Yeah,
know what the
maybe-
stream's gonna be called?
What?
Let's Dune this.
Dune.
Maybe we
Let's
should.
Dune this.
Maybe you
I'll
guys
smoke a
should get,
Dooney.
maybe you guys should get nerd cookies on there.
I would love to. She hates the Lynch movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And ever since I've seen Jodorowsky's Dune, the documentary, it's put on such a new spin on what became Lynch's Dune. Not even a decade later. Wow. I mean, if you haven't seen Jodorowsky's Dune, stop, drop, and giggle. That should be part of it. There we go. That's great, man.
Thanks, dude. I had to let the subconscious take over. I was like really being way too conscious
Let
of
your
what I
inner
was drawing.
goblin take over.
Yeah, yeah, I did. Literally, I just had to let that take over, and then you start seeing effects. I think I've actually finished with it pretty much. I spent too much time on it, but it's
Uh-huh.
okay. Oh,
Well, you're going to think that for everything you do.
yeah.
It's
I'll
okay.
be honest. Like, it's so much easier to commission work when you're at the actual con itself,
Uh-huh.
because you're just you don't have time to think. You don't have time to like second guess yourself, and you're surrounded by all kinds of energy as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one thing that I have like instant like I guess you could call it maybe, what is it called whenever you're on a drug and then you get off of it and you have that desire to have it again? What's it called? You're
Relapse?
I don't know.
not relapse.
You
You
like
have
a
that.
taste?
There's a name for it. I'll remember here in a second. But
Well, I
you
remember
basically-
John Romita Jr. I heard him twice in two different interviews say the same story, and he says he was talking to Kirby as a kid, as a young man. He was talking to Kirby and different old school creators. He was like, "How did you produce so much?" And he's like, what do you get done? Like 2 pages a day?" And they laughed at him, and then they were like, "Kid, throw away your eraser."
Yep, throw away
with
your
it.
eraser.
Yeah.
Dude, I tell everybody that. And I tell everybody that. And I have one right next to me, and it's the worst thing to do. But the only thing I try to do it with is like with my I do an underdrawing, a very like loose one, but then I have the eraser to erase it afterwards. But I try my best not to like use it. See, it's right here. I should throw it away.
No. It's an important part of your kit, but it's the spirit of it, though. Namaste.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Well, I was able to see Peach Momoko and Ryan Benjamin again at
Nice.
Osaka Comic Con, and great people. I spoke to Ryan Benjamin a lot more I did the first time around. Just really, really like a workaholic, dude. The guy's just constantly working. I hung out with one of the artists for Rick and Morty. We went out and had dinner together a couple of times.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
That's networking. That's real.
yes,
that's
yes.
a valuable
And
thing.
He gave me some great advice because I'm like, I don't want to just be doing this forever. I want to take it to the next level. What do I need to do? And he's like, you need to do illustrations, sketch cards for Marvel. Like, do sketch cards, and then once they accept you, they accept people with various degrees of skills. But once you get accepted, you have that on your resume, and you'll automatically get accepted to like Comic Cons and other things like that. So, well, that's a possibility.
That's good.
Oh, shoot. Gosh darn it, Juan. I totally forgot to get in touch with that guy that you hooked me up with. That just reminded me of that. Holy
You
cow.
bastard.
I've been all over the place. I need to get in touch with him. My bad. I apologize about that. I just remembered that right now.
Yeah.
I'll get in touch with him. Sorry.
Yeah, he's probably still asleep now. I met this guy.
Oh, no, not today. I'll do it for like the next one.
Yeah, I met this guy. I met this guy on Free Comic Book Day. He's a great artist. Let me pull up some of his stuff.
Free Comic Book Day.
What is that free comic do? I mean, what's going on there? I mean,
What?
I hear free comic books. I think I can just go in there and get comic books for free, right?
Kinda. Okay. It's the first Saturday of every May at your local comic book shop. And it's an initiative by the publishers to get more people to get to the local comic book shop to spend money there. So the bait are free comic books. And sometimes there are previews of upcoming events from like the major publishers, and then you have you know, a whole spectrum of different presses. Everyone, and like it gets people in the stores. It works.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they're
yeah,
exclusive.
it was packed. My free comic book day, it was packed, and that was mainly because there was a Cinco de Mayo festival right across the street.
It was on
And
Cinco de Mayo
I,
as
I don't
well.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
calendar.
I don't know if you guys saw my short I did on that I posted it on YouTube.
Oh, I
It
haven't
was
seen it, man. Sorry.
I actually had I oh, no wonder I hardly get any views on my YouTube channel.
You keep working on it,
But
dude. Dude, I
Yeah,
just
it
had
takes
200.
time.
Dude, okay, Wes from Thinking Critical pimped my station this morning. I'm gonna
Mhm.
break 1,000 sometime today, I think,
Sweet.
or tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'm at
and
988, and it's like, but it took grinding. I mean, seriously, I keep making shorts, and I keep in the shorts. I just keep pimping the station. That's all that shorts are good for. And just subscribe, and it's worked. So like, keep just grinding. Just keep doing it. Keep
yeah,
producing. Have something
I'm
to
gonna
say.
on
You're good
Monday
at this.
on
Finish it.
Monday I'm gonna do I'm gonna do an art I'm gonna do a review. I'm gonna start doing a review for the Infinite and the Divine, which is
Uh-huh.
basically a Warhammer novel I just finished listening to.
Mm-hmm.
And after I finish doing Spider-Man Life Story, I'm gonna do a review on that.
Nice.
And after that I'm going to do a review on Krieg, which is another Warhammer novel
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost done with. So here,
I just started the 4th Witcher book of 8. It's amazing. I'm really in. I bought a box set for my mom for Mother's Day.
hmm,
So like, here, have the Witcher books. You're gonna love them.
all right,
Here.
let's see. Let me find a good picture that he did. Oh, here we go. Uh, let me share this one. Share that.
Hmm. Am I looking forward to Florence Pugh as the Princess Irulan? No, but I am really
Oh,
looking
dude,
forward to Christopher Walken as the Emperor Shaddam IV.
Hey, how's it
okay.
going,
Sorry, what
Captain
was the
Band
name
of
of
Nerd?
the cousin of
Fenrig?
darn it, I'm horrible with my names. The one that fights a trait. My gosh, my brain is
Fade.
Uh,
dead.
Fade Ralpha.
Yes,
hey,
the actor that plays him. What's his name? He played.
Austin Butler. He
yeah,
was Elvis.
Oh,
And then
dude, he
Baz
looks.
Luhrmann Elvis.
It looks so freaking creepy, man.
Cool.
The
yeah,
Harkins, they're all like pale white, bald
Good.
headed.
They're not supposed to
Dude,
be
they look.
blonde. Yeah, they're supposed
No,
to.
no,
No,
they're all
they're.
bald headed,
yeah,
pale white. They look
yeah,
really creepy,
yeah.
man.
That's great.
Oh,
Yeah.
here's okay. I put something on the share. Those are some of his cards.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hello. Nice.
Yeah, let me get some more.
Hey, it's a bunny with boobs. Didn't she get a mastectomy for that last fucking movie? That's not a
Yeah,
thing.
here's another one, which is I think this one's a custom made Spider-Man sketch. Oh yeah, I love this one. It's Penny. It's Penny from Spider-Verse and the Spider-Man from the Japanese TV Sentai show.
Mhm.
Also another character like right here you can see
That's his
right here.
giant robot too.
Yeah, and right here you can see another one, and yeah, this is the type. This is great art he did. Oh, nice Green Goblin.
Leo
Yeah,
Pardon.
cool.
That's what his name. Leo Pardon is Spider-Man's giant robot.
Yeah,
I
and
remember that
he
from
does. He
Ready Player One.
oh, gender bent Bowser, gender bent Bowser.
Mm-hmm.
Nice gender bent Thor or gender bent or no, it's actually Jane Foster.
There was a gender bent Thor in the Alex Ross,
Yeah,
the Kruger X series, and it was Thor Odinson himself, but he was being punished by Odin, so he had to spend, you know.
Yeah,
It was fun.
I really like this one. It's Spider-Man Noir. He has like
cool.
little bit of the comic book and a little bit of the Spider-Man universe or Spider-Man movie. Comic book paneling of Penny from Across the Spider-Verse, Spider Pig,
Peter Porker.
yeah,
I like the
And
noir
I love
one.
Peter. I love Peter Porker.
and here's a commission piece he did, and these are pins he gives out to these are pins he gives out to like his channel members, and also he was selling them at Free Comic Book Day. So yeah, mainly get in touch with him on Instagram because he really doesn't do Twitter that much. So what'd you think, Mac?
I didn't see them. I'm sorry. I'm focused on this right now.
You want to see?
Spoken like a true artist, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not even looking at the. I'm not even looking at the StreamYard.
He's
I'm
ignoring
just
the
different
chat.
tabs
I mean-
open.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not.
I know you're busy. You're working.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay, Mac. Yeah, it's okay. But yeah, I really want him. I really want him to come on one of these. I really want him to come on one of these days. He said if I could get my ass out of bed, then I can, because I told him it starts at like 5.
I mean, it goes on until like, what time is it over there now?
7:44.
Ah,
And
at 8 o'clock you can get louder, right?
No. They want to. It's Saturday. It's Sunday, and they want to. And the old folks want to sleep in.
Do you go to church later?
No, they don't go to church. My pop. I mean, I am Catholic, but my pops would rather.
Then you should be writing Daredevil.
My pops would rather be spent. I'm Roman Catholic. He's Irish Catholic.
But it's the same. It's the same. Don't we all speak Latin? Dominus est vobiscum spiritu sanctum.
Bless you.
Qui bono.
Like, Perch brought this up. Like,
Okay.
a few like maybe last month.
Okay, that's like 500 videos ago, though.
Yeah,
He's very prolific. I rip off his bit. Trust me.
he said that most of the Spider-Man stories should feel like they should be Daredevil stories.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would be better suited for someone like Daredevil. Like maybe like one more day, someone important to him gets hurt, and he makes him being a Roman Catholic. Must make the ultimate sin and the ultimate sacrifice by making a deal with Mephisto, or like the Spider Island, where instead of like everybody gets spider powers, everybody
all
goes
about
blind.
that. And that's sonar.
Say what you will about Dan Slott. He did make some good stories in his run, but
He did.
Not all of them.
He did.
But yeah, he did. I mean, how in the this Brian LDC, who is a big Spider-Man content creator. He actually gave
Jinja. I see a Jinja.
I'm back.
The Jinja on my TV screen.
He actually gave Spider-Man. He actually gave Spider-Man. He actually gave Spider-Man number 8, 4 webheads out of 5, and he gave Spider-Man 25 3.5 webheads out of 5. And I'm wondering why. How is it in the year of our Lord 2023 can Dan Slott write a better Spider-Man story than Zeb Wells? Who Zeb Wells had a better history. He worked with He worked with Grant Morrison on the Tangled Web. He's done Spider-Man in the past. How is he screwing up so bad now?
I don't know, but I just fell down a rabbit hole again of Dune. Like the original
Yeah.
Dune book has this has a glossary in the back
Ooh.
of all like the terminology of the Imperium. This is great.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I love
Yeah.
it. Canley. The art of Canley is alive and well.
Very soon, Amazon's going to try to make a series out of it.
Sure.
You know, good luck to them.
Canley,
you.
formal
No,
feud or vendetta under the rules of the Great Convention, carried
No.
on according to
No.
the strictest limitations.
No,
So
I
let's
mean,
see-
like, you know how in Return of the Kings, the appendices was in the back of the book.
Mhm.
Yeah, and the glossary. I'm just saying that very soon, Amazon's going to try to make a very soon. Amazon's going to try to make a movie out of the glossary.
the Elvis Dictionary.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck.
This
Yeah.
is
Best
the
to you.
awkwards.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, I've been watching this anime. It is super funny. It is called Mashu. Hang on, Mashu something. That Mashu, Magic
Mashed
and
potatoes?
Muscles. No, well, the guy's name is Mash,
Ah,
You get that
but
one?
it's called Mashuat, something. Mashu. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it is
mashed
like
potatoes.
if one
That's what I just-
if
yeah.
One Punch Man. Yeah, it's like if One Punch Man was in the Harry Potter universe. It's about this guy who basically trained his entire body to be like this superhuman strength, and
That's what I'm doing
he
this
like
year.
can do, and he's in a world where everybody can use magic. It's kind of like Harry Potter, where they all have wands, and even everybody has a scar on their face, but he doesn't. And it's like when they're in the entrance exam to get into like the academy, while other students are getting ready, they're tending to their wands, they're reading grimoires, he's pumping weights. And when the guy comes back, when the professor comes back and Luke's again, he's actually doing the invisible chair exercise and reading a fitness magazine instead of doing magic. It's just so funny because it's like the ultimate fish out of water. Like this one guy tried to do a spell on him and he just smacked it away. And it's just so funny. If you guys like One Punch Man, watch this anime. It's called Mashal, Magic and Muscles. I'll put it on the chat. Even check out the manga.
Yahya Chokura. Long live the fighters. The
Long
Fadakin
live the
battle
fighters.
cry.
You think they're gonna do it? They're gonna do it in the when the next Dune movie comes out. They're going to do it with the
That's
they're gonna do the original language and the
that would be
original
interesting.
Fremen language instead of just like having them speaking English all the time, because they did it.
Oh no, they were speaking.
Yeah, they did the original language with the Emperor's body, with the Emperor's personal army.
No, they spoke in Fremen in the movie as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Oh yeah, a lot of it.
Yeah.
And they even complimented Jason Momoa's character because he could speak a bit of Fremen himself. how he was becoming one of the natives.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, okay, this is working.
Here's a good question. We've never discovered Duncan Idaho's Siege name, did we? Maybe
What?
he never became part of the Siege. I thought he was accepted as part of Stilgar's Siege. So he never had a secret Fremen name. This is your tribe name. Your name is Usul. It means
I
the
don't think,
base of the pillar. This is your Siege name. But you
uh,
need to choose a name that everyone else will call you.
I
you
don't
know.
think they ever. I don't think he ever told him what it was.
Ooh, I know. Indeed.
Good question.
Exactly. Jeez.
Yeah.
Black belt. Dune. Level only.
I remember.
Oh man, I'm excited for it. Like, there's that many things
Yeah,
I'm
they said
excited
that-
for, but that's one of them.
I hope you
Yeah.
catch it in IMAX.
I'm
That'd
gonna
be
go
really
see Dune. I'm excited for Dune. I'm excited for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Hmm.
I'm excited for The Flash. Yeah,
I'll see the
Nope.
Flash.
yeah. Don't get mad at me, McAnee, but I want to see The Flash.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Good.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Good
don't
for
want to do
you.
hamster style anymore, Dad.
and
Okay.
I'm also gonna see. I'm also excited for The Equalizer.
Oh boy.
Hamster style, Orgasmo. Anyone out there?
He got Eric to snort. I think he got himself to snort on that one.
Got it. Did it.
Yes, please. Thank you.
I'm also excited for The Equalizer 3.
Cool.
Yeah.
Denzel?
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, Denzel Washington's this is major because Denzel Washington says he never does sequels, but now he's
Uh-huh.
doing a trilogy.
Yeah,
See,
because it's.
I thought
big-
I've only seen the first one, but I thought he died at the end.
No, he didn't die in the first one.
That's Safe House.
Mhm.
That's Safe.
Oh, okay. So
That was the one
all
we
right,
did
that
with
makes
Brian Reynolds. The one,
that
the,
first-
I need
That
to
first
watch the
Equalizer
second
movie.
one though. I
Yeah.
do need to watch the second one.
the,
Oh, I
sec-
haven't seen any of
the second
Equalizer
one
movies
is
yet.
when the second one is where he's like
Hey, Jeff.
one of it, like he's out for revenge again because these people killed
Hey, what's up, Jeff?
his ex-partner from the CIA.
Mhm.
And this one is he's retired, he's living in Italy, but the mafia is muscling in on these people on this small town.
I hear you.
Indeed.
So it is just I saw the trailer and it comes out in September. I'm probably gonna take my dad to see it. He loved
Nice.
the first two Equalizer movies. He even likes the Queen Latifah Equalizer.
good for
So
him.
yeah,
Well,
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take him to go see it.
he was a fan of the old show then? There was
I
an
don't
old
think
TV show.
Yeah, I don't think he ever saw that. He was more into Miami Vice,
Mhm.
and he was more into Miami Vice. I mean,
Edward James Olmos was a Chicano.
Yeah.
It was a huge Chicano actor. I mean,
yeah.
was he
Oh.
playing a Cuban? Castillo was. I don't.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, I got this at when I went to my comic book shop the other day. Check this out, McAnee.
What is
Stockton
it?
One
Con.
second. Okay. One second. Nice.
Stockton Con. It's coming. It's a big comic book it's a big comic book convention that's coming to Stockton, and
Yeah,
Nice.
over my neck of the woods.
yeah,
You
Look,
going?
I'm
We'll
probably
see. We'll
probably
see.
gonna go. I'm probably gonna try to go, but look,
Like Mac
Edward
would get a
James
table.
almost.
Oh, cool.
Edward James almost is gonna be there along with Sergeant Slaughter, Phil Lamar,
Nice.
the kid
Phil
from
Lamar. Cool.
yeah, the kid
Nice.
from Rookie of the Year.
Oh, jeez.
The
Oh,
one of
that
the
kid, I just watched that here recently.
one of the comic book artists from let's see, Leah Clark,
Mhm.
who was in Soul Eater and Fairy Tale. Tom Rodriguez, who did art for The Simpsons and the Futurama comic book.
Nice.
Steve Downs, who's the voice of Master Chief.
Mhm.
Billy West.
Oh, geez. He's gonna have a Like,
Yeah.
Billy West is going to have some kind of like security perimeter. I think he got assaulted once.
Lauren Tom.
Yeah.
Lauren Tom, who was the voice of Amy and who was the
She's
voice
got
of
a lot in her career.
Yeah, she was
Child
also
actor.
Emilio Rivera, who's in Sons of Anarchy and the Mayans.
She's one of the kids on The Nanny. Or her
David-
sister. Like, yeah, I mean, like,
David Mataranga, who's a voice actor. He's been in My Hero Academia, Orphan, Attack on Titan,
nice.
and Maid-sama.
those anime voice actors get huge lines.
Yeah,
Oh, it's a major one.
And-
Yeah.
and Tony
Insane.
Fleece, who did the comic book Stray Dogs, and he also did the My Little Pony comic book.
Okay.
I met one of the My
so-
Little Pony artists.
Mhm.
She's here in Japan.
So yeah, we got
We're
like
talking to one right now.
yeah.
Ah.
Former.
So we got Edward James Olmos.
Really?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
So this is the entire guest list: Edward James Olmos, Sergeant Slaughter, Phil Lamar, Tommy and Nicholas, Leah Clark, Tone Rodriguez, Steve Downs, Billy West, Lauren Tom, Emilio Rivera, David Mataranga, and Tony Fleece.
I feel like I should go and ask Steve Downs how does he feel about the Paramount Halo show, basically. 'Cause how
Yeah, they should have just paid Steve Downs to. They should have just paid Steve Downs to do the show. I mean, and have him keep the helmet on.
I mean, they purposely did this to mess with you. They purposely wanted to take something away from you because it pleases them. Seriously, for no other reason.
They actually were doing like the whole Halo show was like an anti-military message, which didn't make sense in a world where humanity is trying to survive against an alien threat. And that just it was one of the biggest things that didn't make sense about that series.
Mm-hmm.
Like why would you be anti-military when you know there's like a crazy alien religion trying to exterminate your entire species? Why would you be anti-military?
You're right. I mean, like that was Starship Troopers, and now we're gonna reformat this for a modern sensibility. Yeah, right.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part. Would you like to know more? Love that movie.
So
I never really read the book either, man. I like Heinlein, but some of his shit bores me. Like
yeah.
I like more of like Bradbury and Vonnegut, and but yeah, I was really never. I think Heinlein is kind of more miss than hit with him, you know.
Yeah. The Stranger.
I'm reading through the wheel. I'm reading the Wheel of Time right now.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
Robert Jordan.
Yeah,
I've never read any of those.
I
they're
I
good.
That was a good compared to the show.
I would never watch
I'm
that.
really digging the Witcher books. See, I wouldn't, and I'm digging it so much that I would never suggest Ice and Fire to my mom, but I totally got the Witcher box set for my mom because it's got a nice balance of lightheartedness to go along with the brutal sword and sorcery.
Yeah.
I've read a couple of those books, but I feel like I really was like, I need to concentrate on more when I'm reading it.
Witcher is really
Yeah.
good. Is a really good series. I mean,
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I like the world, and it's just like and knowing just as much as I know about the show, and I'm like already on the fourth book, and I'm like, wow, they're really taking their time with this stuff. I'm loving it. You know,
and,
Right.
yeah. One of the things that I like about Witcher is that one of the things that I liked about the Witcher series is how it equally distributes time with all three characters. Like at one point of the story, you're with Geralt. Another part, you're with Ciri. Another part, you're with Yennefer. And with the show, like especially with the second season, it was mostly focused on Ciri Yennefer, not and barely focused on Geralt as much as they did. But with but one of the things that I like most about is the world that they build. The world that they build. I mean, the world where like elves are basically treated like are basically treated like
they're colonized.
Yeah,
And they're being also systematically, eradicated through interbreeding rather. That the elves seem to I'm not there yet. Like I'm only on book 4, so no spoilers,
yeah,
please.
and
I
But
finished up to book 3, I think.
but it's a theme. It's thematic. You can smell it. Smacks of it everywhere. And especially with it just it's great to be able to pick up on these little things. And
yeah,
back when hey, in this world, elves are an allegory for a marginalized population, but of no human origin. It's not supposed to represent any human culture that's being
Right.
marginalized. They are
Right.
elves who are being marginalized. So it's kind of like our world when it fell from the world of magic, and where Homo superior became the dominant life form.
yeah, and it's one of the things that I can't stand about the Witcher series is that how they want to rewrite the thing that Andrei Sarlavsky did.
Andrei Sarkowski.
Yeah, Andrei Sarkowski.
Yeah.
And everything that and the entire world he hit everything. Like he says that when they asked him how he felt about the Witcher series, he says, "I've seen worse, but I've seen better."
Yep, and the better that he sees is all that money.
Yeah.
That's true, man. That's true.
Exactly. I mean, even when it comes to we talked about Starship Troopers a little earlier, and that is not a faithful. Verhoeven's movie is not a faithful adaptation
Not at all.
of the
No.
book at all. And there was so many, but it works though. It's its own thing, and it's also because James and I have read Electric Sheep. Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? That's not Blade Runner.
No, it's not.
But
it's. There are aspects of it in there loosely. I would say it's loosely kind of based on that book.
Yeah, you can see the adaptation and appreciate it, but they are parallel stories.
Yeah, but you can see that there's a love for the book in the movies.
Yes,
that's what you're going to see. There's a love for Starship Troopers for the books in the movies.
Yeah.
Whereas something, for example, I haven't watched the Wheel of Time series. I won't. And I haven't watched the Amazon Rings of Poop. I won't. But you could obviously tell there's exactly, thank you. There's no respect for there's no respect or love for that kind of. Instead, they want to take their own spin on it, put a modern spin on it, and use it as a propaganda piece, which just isn't my cup of tea. It's not what I'm looking for.
I liked what they've been doing with Game of Thrones lately, because it looks like they just went back to basics.
Yeah, I liked House of the Dragon a lot. I mean, it was
I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah,
nice to be back in Westeros.
I was looking forward to it every week, like I was before.
And the thing is that the casting, the way that they're doing it, it's like what they should have done with Rings of Power. I mean, all of us, there's time skips between years. Different actors are starring in different episodes. Like you can do that. You don't have to condense it just to keep the same actors. It's just one of the worst ideas that people can come up with.
I ain't gonna argue with you there.
It's just a shame. This is what they do with when you're given a budget, and the ability to adapt. Something that could be you could smash the shit out of this if you made the right choices.
It's all just a money laundering scheme, man. There's no
Yeah, I
money
mean-
that's going into that whatsoever. That's all going to somebody's pockets.
Qui
Cui
bono.
bono. What does that mean again?
Who profits?
Oh, exactly. Who profits? Cui bono.
Who's behind this all?
Pro bono.
Follow
Yep.
the money. Who wanted the cookie? Who took the cookie? Whoever wanted the cookie the most. That's why the cookie's
Who
missing.
took the cookie from the cookie jar? Bezos took the cookie from the cookie jar. Who,
Don't,
Hey.
me?
don't-
Not me. Then-
don't bring that up. It
Uh-oh.
gives
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba.
it gives me memories of Barney and Friends, and it gives me memory of Barney and Friends.
Did
and I used to
Barney
have-
did Barney touch you in a wrong?
The
No,
purple dinosaur
no.
taught me that sharing was caring.
No,
Okay, show us on the doll
I-
where Barney
Hey,
touched you.
buddy.
no,
on the
no,
doll.
no. It was because
I love you.
it was because my little sisters were addicted to Barney, and I had to watch
Yeah.
it with them.
Of course.
I hated watching that show so much.
And that's a natural reaction. Don't worry.
There.
I'm working on the in case you guys are wondering what I'm working on here. I'm working on the text for the poster, and I'm trying not to make it too complicated. I'm going very, very, very simple.
Mhm.
I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna keep it like this. I almost want to just, you know, whatever. I
What are
feel
you
like
What are you working on, Mac?
I don't know. It was just I realized that I promised ever since the elf fighter that I did last month, I promised my channel members that I would add an original drawing, and I had cyberpunk on the mind, so I just want to do some cyberpunk related.
sweet.
So
Oh, let's see.
Indeed.
All right. Man,
it's just gonna be a sketch. It's just gonna be a sketch.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you're still gonna have me on the after on the Let's see, what was it? Let's see. Hang on, let me check. You're still gonna have me on the 4th, right?
did we schedule for the?
I actually asked to go on your stream on the 4th, so I can basically vent about Spider-Man and all the missteps they've been.
Ooh, Zeb Wells, I'm going to.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, because after in 10 more days, Amazing Spider-Man 21, 25, 26 drops, and I'm gonna read it, and I'm probably gonna hate it, or I'm probably gonna.
Give yourself a break, man. I mean,
just
just
look
like
at some booty
that's
like
a-
this. Just look
No,
at
I mean,
this.
like go into it with just like maybe it might turn. Maybe it might.
Maybe he
You're
might,
giving. Yeah,
maybe
I mean,
he
give it a chance.
maybe it might answer some questions, because the
I'm the
last
first
issue
in
just
line.
brought up more questions than answers.
Yeah, and that's serialized and it's perpetuating, and it's got you hooked, and it's
And-
got you by the wallet.
Ooh.
And
I'm gonna read some Vampirella if you don't mind.
Ooh.
Just for a
Yeah.
second here. Let's just
Now,
I'm your
Vampirella-
favorite slave. Before then, I was assistant to an bomber and thieves till I was slung out for imbibing. I don't even know what this is. The embalming fluid. My name's
Embalming.
Lig. I can't even read the next name because I'll get canceled. And that's a hell of a burden for a guy to have to carry through life. And I am the daughter of Tall. Do you guys know Vampirella?
Not really.
I didn't-
A
Ptolemy's
little bit. A little bit.
descendant of
little bit.
Alexander the Great, who gave his name to the city beloved of the sun, god Amun-Ra, ruler. This is cool. I'm
Yeah,
gonna check this out, man.
and
Read this instead of Spider-Man, and then you can see this on the back.
Booty.
Yeah, the thing is that I don't want to
Booty.
give up on Spider-Man. He's my favorite superhero, and
Yeah.
but the thing is that Nick Spencer's run, I would compare his run to like a manga, because he always dropped these little clues, these little hints on who the big bad evil guy was in his run, and but with Zeb Wells, he gave us nothing until issue 21.
Some
It was
great
Stringing
cross-hatching.
you along like a dope man.
Yeah.
He's
You don't,
that brings you
man, bro,
back
you
to the you
qualify.
get the
Don't
kids
get
hooked and they
Right.
come back
won't
for the
supply.
what is it called? This is kind of circling you back. I can't remember. Hey guys, I think I'm gonna call this a wrap for tonight. We've gone 3
Okay.
hours, and
Good to
I
see
was kind of
everyone.
looking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I gotta
yeah,
get
yeah.
some laundry done. I gotta get some food in me.
Uh,
We got some life to live.
I'm
And
gonna go to Mad Alpaca Games because there's a painting contest. There's a
Ooh,
one-day
cool.
painting contest, and I'm gonna cheer on some friends I made there.
sure, and
Yeah,
bring
yeah.
why can't and bring your own and paint them, right?
Okay, get some
I
tips
can't
there.
paint. Yeah, I'm
Don't
gonna
say that
try.
again. Don't say that again.
Don't
Come
You
on,
haven't
man.
tried.
man.
I'm
This
gonna
is
try.
how we
Do it
have
again.
fun.
Do it.
This is our hobby.
Do it.
Yeah,
Just fucking do it, man.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to paint.
Yeah.
And I'll put.
Yeah.
I'll probably
Arr.
bring my goat man so I can put them together there.
Bring something that you won't feel bad about messing up on.
Come on.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
yeah,
Come on, Bane. Don't be a
do it,
goober.
Yeah.
bro.
Come
All
on.
right.
Do it.
All right. I'll
Yeah.
start. I'll try to start.
Don't
I'll
be a
try to-
wiener. All right.
Well,
Do
I'm
it.
gonna- and then
I'm
make
gonna
a
put you on
short.
the spot.
Uh,
I'm gonna
Make a
put you on the
short of
spot.
it, like a
Okay.
20-second short, and say subscribe to my channel.
You know,
for
you know that
Warhammer
me and
content.
you know that me and Bendy, you know that me and Jinja will rip you on the spot.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, immediately.
Exactly.
Okay. So we're doing
Yes.
outro. We're doing outros
And
now.
we're doing outros. And we're doing
All
this.
right.
We're
Hey,
doing it
this-
live.
Okay, hey, this is Bandito Bane, the well-rounded nerd, the Super Spider-Man fan, and the Warhammer noob. You can find me on YouTube on my channel at Bandito Bane. You can find me on Twitter at Bandito Bane, Instagram, Facebook, all on Bandito Bane. You can even email me at gmail.com. At gmail.com. BombermanEFX@gmail.com. You guys got me all nervous. Okay, I do. This week,
Yeah.
this
That's what
week,
we're here for.
yeah, this week I am working on my next Warhammer novel review of The Infinite and the Divine, a story about the Necrons, and this is also gonna be my second Warhammer review. Then after that, I'll be working on a review of Spider-Man Life Story by Chip Zdarsky and Mark Bagley. So stop by my channel, look at my content, please. Hopefully I can get a subscription from you guys. And if you want to help, I'm also writing a comic book. I'm also writing a comic book. If you want to help out with that, email me at bombermanefx@gmail.com. I also do fan fiction. You can see my stuff on fanfiction.net at Bandito Bane. And yeah, hopefully I can get you looking at my content, giving me support and making it and help me making this, help me making a little money on the side, because my hobbies are expensive. Okay.
All right.
You have
all
a
right.
plastic crack habit.
Haha. Withdrawal. That was what I was
He's a-
looking for. The word
He's a
withdrawal.
plastic crackhead.
Yeah, withdrawal.
He's
That's
supp-
what the word. Yeah.
I'm almost done with this one, and I can barely wait for the next one, because it's going to be
Thanks, yeah.
it's going to be they're introducing two new kill teams, which are the Inquisition and which are witch hunters, and the Chaos Demons.
Hail the Chaos Demons.
Yes.
Speaking of a Chaos Demon, Sully.
Hello. That's
He's a
him.
Chaos Demon.
He's my executive producer. It's a stuffed animal. My cameraman and mic operator is a stuffed animal. My studio audience is a stuffed animal. That's right. Pre-recorded live before studio audience of my stuffed animals. I have a 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern daily comic book shop style conversations. We talk about comic books. We love comic books, and we celebrate this. If you're lucky enough to make the 3 p.m. Live chat premiere, you're going to see a bunch of cats in there. You might even recognize them from other live chats. See, like Wes is Thinking Critical, and check us out. Yeah, we're going to be and give us a subscribe too. We're going to be breaking our first 1,000 subscribers any minute now, and I think I have 11 more to go. So be one of them and help us out. Yeah, and subscribe to Bandito Bane, subscribe to Makini Draws. Check out Jinja Ninja's first ever comic book. I put the link in the description, his Indiegogo, and check it out. It's steampunk steam junk western #0. Great stuff, and don't miss out. And thank you so much for having me on, James. And it's good to have you back after
Yeah,
your after healing, after your wonderful Osaka Comic Con. Great.
Thank you, dude. Dude, you always rock, man. I don't
Thank you, man. You rock.
speechless. You
Aww.
did it to me again. You
Shucks.
got me into fifis. And thank you for promoting all the stuff out there because I'm horrible about promoting myself.
Yeah.
But,
Exactly. You're too humble.
speaking of promotion, McAdee, how you doing there?
All right. Thank y'all, everybody, for tuning in to, of course, Sunday Jinja Ninja View. Make sure you guys check it 12:30 p.m. Pacific. Tune in on Channel 90 for the greatest Sunday afternoon art show on YouTube, Makini Live. Join me, Mastermind Man Bruce Lombardo, as we begin your Sunday afternoon of absolute art and fun with special guest of reality-based Ryan Roger Athay will be stopping by the studio.
Oh,
It's
there
going to
you
be a
go.
lot of fun. We're
Nice.
going to talk
The
with him. We're
mad
going to talk with
Welshman
art. We're going to
himself.
talk with politics. We talk art, talk pop culture, and everything in between. So make sure you guys tune in to Channel 90 at 12:30 p.m. PST for another episode of Makini Live. We have returned, baby.
Awesome. And thanks as always for hopping on here and showing us your work and chilling out
Works in
with us.
progress and the
Yeah.
artistic
Dude,
process.
I don't know. I'm just
also.
I'm just going through. I'm just going at it.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. I've spent about an hour, almost an hour and a half on the freaking line art. I was like, all right, let's just do the great tones. Just throw it in. Just throw it in there.
There you go.
Yeah,
It's
don't
always
care.
good.
That's what you got to do
Always-
sometimes, huh?
Always fun watching you work, man.
Thank you.
Namaste. Good luck. See you again in those funny pages. Woo!
All right, and I'll just
See you in the funny papers. That's,
wrap it all up
that's
here
all
and just say I'll just stay like this on my mug. You guys seen enough of my mug
the
today.
best, saving the best for last.
Yeah, just thanks everybody for coming out and checking out the stream. Sorry it's been a while since it's been on. Just busy with the Osaka Comic Con and then had a bit of just the body was begging for a break because just wore it down. But I'm not a young chicken anymore, but promise not to be a stranger.
He's not a young stud, but in reality he is.
I'm a stud, but just not young anymore. But just
He still got it. He's still got it in the tank, ladies.
I'm begging for your all's help to stop my Yahoo auctions addiction. I think I'm going to stop, take a time out with that, and try to get some inspiration from things here and apply that to my work from here on out. As far as like up and coming things going, I just need to finish these commissions. I've got about another. Oh my god, I'm just
28?
so backed up. 28, but I got another 2 or 3 after the Comic Con. I've done the poster for the.
It's more like 200 or 300.
May you never run out of commissions until
I know.
Exactly.
I have no complaints with them whatsoever. I just got done with the comics division's Division Ranch poster for the Texas Meetup. They're going to be putting up a page for that, and I've also done a poster for the FNT, which I'm assuming is going to be going up. I hope so. We'll see how that goes. It's more like on the vein of kind of like of a Mad magazine mixed with my own kind of. I just like to put a lot of little Easter eggs in there, you know.
Magazine mixed with a little Jinja Ninja.
Yeah, exactly. YouTube boned me again. I didn't get a notification. Damn you! Well, you know what? I blame it on myself. If you take a 2-week hiatus, you're not going to get. You're going to get knocked out of that algorithm. I'm pretty sure. But that's my fault, and I should have been keeping it up with shorts and stuff. But again, you can only do so much, and I've just spread myself a bit thin. But I promise not to do that for the meantime. Haven't heard about Boston. Still waiting for notification about Boston. Hopefully, I'll be heading over there in August. If not, then, hey.
Set your sights for Dallas.
Yeah.
Well, I emailed them again and asked. It's like, hey, if you guys get an opening, just consider me. I'll come on there on, uh,
Short notice. Yeah.
short notice. Yeah,
Red eye.
I'll go there short notice.
Pro bono.
Yep.
I'll sleep.
And,
I'll sleep on your couch. Come on.
But yeah, be on the lookout on Twitter and other places for those posters to pop up. Hopefully within the if everything goes well, we'll see what happens. But if everything goes well, then it'll be up on either the BBC or the Nooner. So that would be really
Nice.
cool.
Hmm.
I don't know. Like, I hope so. We'll see what
Yeah.
happens. I don't.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
Cool.
trying to be fun. I take the blame. I take the blame, Jeff Atkins. But I hope you enjoyed your time here. So I'm gonna call it a wrap there, guys. Today. Oh, just a little. Yep, a little.
Here we go.
There's the old Green Goblin.
Here we go.
I hope that the customer who ordered this is very happy, and I'll be shipping those out soon. So
Awesome.
in the meantime, all you guys have a great week. Enjoy the rest of your weekend if you're still Sunday over there for you. And I'll see you all next time. So
all right.
Bye,
with that,
everyone in TV
sayonara.
land.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
Take care.